Such a Nerd Podcast, proud sponsors of Daddy Juice.
Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get Dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get Dragon, rock the dragon Ball Z. Dragon, rock the dragon, come get there.
It obviously must be Sunday, 'cause I'm drinking on Saturday. This is David. Are you Josh?
I don't even know what that was, but that was
I
great.
was trying to do something new, you know?
I was totally going to interrupt you and be like, "Hi, I'm David. I'd like to interrupt the opening because I'm an asshole."
I am. I'm an asshole. My name is David. I am also quite the nerd.
Yes.
This guy, his name is Dickhead.
And I am quite the...
Dickhead.
All right.
This is Josh.
Works for me.
We're here to talk to you about shit we like.
Yes. So what are we talking about this week?
This week, we're going to be talking some Metal Gear Solid 4. I think we're going to do some nerd battles.
Yeah, we're going to do some nerd battles. I'm kind of excited for that.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hope my stupidity with logic is going to work out to our advantage.
That's what I'm hoping. We're also going to do an EVO recap. So EVO finished up.
Fuck
We're going to go over that. And let's get into news. Shall we get into news? First and foremost,
Yes. Shout out to Gary.
shout out to Gary. What's going on, Gary? How you doing?
Gary? We love you. I'm
How
glad
you
you're
doing,
around.
Gary?
We had a third review, and I believe it was Mr. Gary himself.
Oh, sweet. Thanks,
And
buddy.
he said, these guys are nerds. That's the review.
Awesome.
5 stars. So there's that. We got 5-star reviews. We got 3 5-star reviews.
Speaking of nerds, I think he's at Otakon this weekend, right?
Yes, he is.
All right. Well, maybe he can come on and give us a little recap.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
I'll hit him up.
Shout outs to Major Kirk. It's Major, right?
Yes, it is Major Kirk.
Damn, I'm good.
Official
Fuck
Super
yeah.
Trooper of the podcast, Major Kirk.
And to his dog meat, the Fallout 4 dog. Well, they call it the Fallout 4 dog meat.
The
even though there's
dog
no
you
meat.
can't kill.
the
the
dog
immortal
that will
dog.
never die. So shout out to you guys. I hope you're having a great night.
Funny story from Kirk.
Yes.
So he was doing some training exercises the other day,
Was he?
and his commanding officer, I guess they have checklists they're supposed to do while they're doing these exercises, of course. And his CO comes up and he's like, "Hey, where's your checklist?" And he was like, "Fuck it, I'll do it live." And he was like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. I was
Dude,
like, that's awesome.
Fucking great. And the worst part about it is I use that phrase like rarely. I said it once in a while. Since we started doing this show, it comes out at least once a day.
Yeah, pretty much.
And then it's just become a part of my life because it's in my head now, and it's like, fuck it, I'll do it live.
Yeah.
I said it to my boss. She was talking to me, and she's like, "Hey, when do you think you're gonna have time to run this way?" I was like, "Yeah, fuck it, I'll do it live. I'll go now. Let's do it.
I love it.
It's a good time."
All right, so let's get into actual news.
All right. Sorry.
So movie news for the week, Pacific Rim 2 scheduled to start filming in November.
Fuck the haters, man. That movie was fucking great.
I thought it was awesome. I mean, story-wise, I mean, it's a giant fucking robot monster movie. Who gives a fuck about the story?
I want the fights and Jax.
You know who does give a fuck about the story?
Who?
Charlie Hunnam.
Why?
So he said he hopes they delve a little more into the character development in this one.
He just wants more screen time and less battle. What a
Well,
dick. I love that guy, though. I love the guy.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. No, he actually said, "No, I'm actually very proud of the film that we made with Pacific Rim. It was a lot of fun, but I hope we can explore a little bit more of the backstory this time."
Well, yeah, maybe if they do it properly, it'll be cool. But if it affects the amount of action, because that was what's great about that movie, there was a lot of good action.
Sure was.
Because, like, I watched it here with you, because I had never seen it, and when I was watching, it was just like, this is fucking awesome.
Exactly.
And it's like, people hated on it, apparently.
I don't know why. If you're a kaiju monster movie fan, you probably love the movie. But if
And
you're
I
just,
am.
Yeah, if you're just a casual moviegoer, then yeah, I can see why you didn't like it.
It still had some great action.
Yeah.
So, stop being assholes and Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of CG either, but they did a really good job with that movie. Go watch it. Now. Don't stop the podcast. Actually. Listen to this podcast, then go watch it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So Sony won the bid to make a new movie.
Oh. New movie.
An emoji movie.
Oh, what?
Yes.
What?
It's a movie about emojis.
Well,
Guess
show's
I won't be
over.
seeing-
Game, goodbye. It's been a great week. Fucking Sony, man.
I know. What the fuck are they? Their whole movie division just needs to like go away.
Are they the ones that are making these fucking Adam Sandler movies?
Probably. I don't know who did make that new one.
I don't know. I just know it's Happy Gilmore's team and then whoever they go through. I don't care.
Well, whatever. Who wants to see a fucking emoji movie?
No one. 14-year-olds.
14-year-old girls?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm not gonna lie. I text like a 14-year-old girl. I text like a 14-year-old girl. I use a lot of emojis. Like I show a whole range of emotions. It's like, here's my angry face. Here's my thinky face. Here's my sad face. Now I'm even more pissed.
Penguin, ice cream, heart, money, symbol, moon.
That means you done fucked up, bitch. So.
All right, King Kong Skull Island adds a new actor to their list. So as we talked about before, they lost Michael Keaton and J.K. Simmons.
Is it Jack Black?
It is not Jack Black.
Well, I still don't care then.
It's Russell Crowe.
Oh, God. It just got worse.
Making movies, making music, fighting around the world. Taga!
Oh, Saga, you can't die on me.
Great episode.
It was. If
so
you
yeah.
can't tell, we're obviously huge South Park fans. We quote it at least once an episode.
Oh, totally.
So-
So Russell Crowe and King Kong, not sure how that's going to work.
Did you watch the Robin Hood movie he made?
It sounds vaguely familiar.
I didn't watch it.
No?
No,
Okay.
but I heard they actually had to like CG his stomach in his scenes because
Really?
he wasn't in shape enough.
Oh, okay. So
And
he
they were like-
wasn't in gladiator shape.
He was not in gladiator shape. He'll never be in gladiator shape again. Are you kidding me? Motherfucker's so full of himself. It's
Yes,
probably
he
what's
is.
in his belly is his fucking ego.
Probably. So Jurassic Park 5 got greenlit. No surprise there.
Oh, great. So they can go back to ruining the series.
I still like Jurassic World. I thought it was a fun movie.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The first Jurassic Park was great. The sequels are what destroyed it. So if you
Well,
consider this
yeah.
a reboot
Yeah, I get
instead
what
of a
you're saying.
sequel,
Yeah.
this is the death.
Well, it just passed Avengers All Time. Shut up. It just passed Avengers All Time on the box office.
Really?
Yeah, so it's number 3 now. Avengers got bumped to number 4.
Fuck it.
Fuck
Avengers
it,
is still
don't do
cool.
it, but, you know.
Avengers is still cool.
Yeah.
Still haven't seen the sequel.
I need to get on that.
I'm waiting for
brother.
the Blu-ray.
Yeah, you might as well.
I think
at
it's
this
pretty
point.
much out of theaters, isn't it?
Almost.
I haven't seen it anywhere recently.
Some sad news. Some very, very sad news.
I hate this part.
We might get a Space Jam 2 with LeBron James.
Well,
Show's over.
show's over. How many times will we use that joke tonight?
Fucking
Man.
Space Jam 2 with LeBron James. Come the fuck on.
Why they gotta ruin everything? The Space Jam wasn't the greatest
It
movie.
was not the greatest movie.
But it was still a fun time.
Yeah,
It
when
was
you're
good
a
popcorn
kid,
flick.
yeah, you see Michael Jordan running around with Bugs Bunny. It was a cool time. Yeah,
They sexualized a bunny somehow.
yeah.
She was hot.
Bill Murray's in there for some reason.
Because Bill Murray's necessary.
Well, yeah. I mean, he instantly
part-
made the movie better.
I
But
don't remember it exactly, but I think he came in talking about his strategy and how he was going to get the ball and pass, blah, 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 and go court. And they were like, hey, Bill, you're on defense. And he's like, I don't play defense. What? That was probably my standout point for that movie.
so that's all I got for movie news.
All right, well,
Moving on to game news.
what's in the games? EA Sports.
That is in the games, which we're going to talk about EA because they did something awesome for once.
What?
Yeah.
EA did something awesome?
They did.
You're lying.
But first, we have Hideo Kojima. Maybe hinted at the fact
Oh,
that
I know what you're talking about. Del
Konami
Toro.
was going to get rid of his stuff. Did you hear about that?
Oh, you're talking about in the little kind of Easter egg thing in Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes?
Yeah, so there's 2 locked missions in that, which I never figured out how to open, and I was like, I've played
Yeah,
through the rest of them.
I watched
Yeah.
the video for that, and
Okay.
it was really cool. How it's like every time he puts that like special flashlight over games that were Metal Gear that he didn't make, the logos wouldn't go away.
Yeah, so throughout the level, the logos for the Metal Gear games are hidden around the level. If you shine your flashlight on the ones that Hideo made, they disappear.
Mm-hmm.
If you go to any of the Metal Gear games that he had nothing to do with and shine the flashlight on, they stay there.
Yeah, and at the end, once you find like the last one, you get the transmission talking about no matter what they do, they hide, they get rid of. In the end, these will still live on with everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, that was really cool. I
So
love
it was
that video.
like, I think he had a pretty good idea even a year and a half ago that this was probably coming.
It still sucks they're going to try and take his friggin' company's name off the box art. How
Yeah.
fucking childish do you got to be as a company?
Well, they were being real Tom Petty about the whole thing.
Did you really go there?
I did.
No, that's John Goodman.
He is still in talks, though. He wants to do a game with Guillermo del Toro soon.
Yes.
So they were going to do Silent Hills, Konami.
So, what the fuck ever. Because honestly, when you go back and you look at the Silent Hills demo, it had nothing to do with Silent Hill to begin
No,
with.
it
They
didn't.
can continue to make that same game.
I agree.
And that is going to be awesome, whatever they do. They'll probably lose the star.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Because I think
Oh,
at that
well-
point, Konami would jump in and try and sue them.
Probably.
I think they're that petty.
They are that Tom Petty to do that.
God
so
damn it.
they probably would.
Are you HIV positive?
I am HIV positive.
It's not funny, asshole.
All right. So Street Fighter V beta.
Yeah, that was great when it never worked.
So if you pre-ordered the game, you were supposed to get access on the 23rd.
And by the way, let's start off first by saying how terribly sloppy all this went down.
All right, so yeah, let's start at the beginning. So they were like, hey, pre-order the game, you'll get access to this beta on the 23rd. It'll be great. All you got to do is put in the code, download the client, you're there. You're
Hell
good.
yeah, so I go over to my local GameStop because fuck you, we want your money. And I get it, and I look at my receipt immediately. It's the first thing I did, and I was like, where's my beta code? And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, the Street Fighter V beta, I had to pre-order to get it. How am I supposed to get it if I don't have a code? And they look it up. Oh, you'll get your code on the 20th. Really? I'll get it on the 20th? Why not now? So, yeah, that was never informed. Or I
Yes.
was never informed about this previous, anyway.
So there was that. There was the fact, yeah, didn't you have to go to the store?
No, I
Or
called.
You were able to call. Okay.
Yeah, I
gotcha.
called, and
All right.
I had him on the phone until I got a verified beta code that worked, and I downloaded.
Gotcha. All right, so that went down, and then I think it was maybe 3 days before the beta, they were like, oh, it's going to be online only. So
What?
it's going to be strictly to check and test the online capabilities of the game.
But apparently they did still offer training room because
So, yeah,
people
if
were
it-
streaming it.
Yeah,
So-
if you went in, basically when you logged in, you selected your character, it would put you in the training room against whatever other character you selected, and you could play around in the training room until it found a match for you.
Oh, okay.
So that's
I was wondering
basically
how
how
that
it was going to work.
Okay.
So right when they announced that, I was like, okay, that's cool, that's fine. And then I was like, wait a second. If this is an online beta and you have everybody in the world trying to log on to this game at the exact same time,
Yeah.
and I sent you that message like an hour before it was supposed to go live, and I was like, how
I
much?
think you really were the curse, honestly.
No, I was like, how much you want to bet the servers immediately crash?
When you said that, do you know how mad I got? I was like, if he's fucking right about this... spoiler alert, he was right about this.
So I was thinking, I was like,
We kind of
you know-
skipped the part. I never saw it was announced that they weren't going to open the beta till 6 p.m.
I was just going to
Pacific
mention that.
Standard
Yeah.
Time.
So that was like the day before that they said that. They were like, oh, it's not going to be out until 6 p.m. Pacific, so 9 o'clock our time.
Yes, we're here on the east side. We live in the beautiful place of Maryland that costs too much money and refuses to sell beer in 7-Eleven. And we had to wait till 9 p.m. We have jobs. I was pissed.
That was kind of like whatever, but what didn't make sense to me was that, again, you're going to have everybody in the world at one time.
They
trying
should have
to-
done waves of unlock
Exactly. So you should have made it 6 p.m. for everybody. So 6 p.m. East, and then 6 p.m. Central, then 6 p.m. Mountain.
Instead, they opened the floodgates and watched it fall.
Yep. So I guess some people got in for maybe 10 minutes or so before it crashed.
And a lot of people only got to the training room.
Yeah.
So, yeah, way to fuck up, Capcom. You're doing great.
So I'm not going to lie. I did have a lot of fun sitting back on the GameFAQs forums and just watching people bitch about this. Because people were like making it sound like they just lost their firstborn child because they couldn't play this beta.
Did you watch any of the Twitch streamers?
No.
Oh, like Maximilian was streaming, and they're just sitting there. They basically were having just a little party.
Yeah,
And they ended
that's
up
what I
by the
would've
end of the
done.
night, they played Mortal Kombat X instead.
Why not?
So that was funny because they were basically laughing about the whole thing.
Well, there's people. They were like, they're like, we're going to sue Capcom for false advertising.
It's not
and
false advertising.
it's like, dude, it's a fucking beta test. Have you never done a beta before?
And most of the time, betas, there's a lot of bugs, there's a lot of problems, there's a lot of issues. Right now, they're trying to test their netcode, most likely, and guess what? They found out their servers needed to be tested more.
Yeah.
So, good on you, Capcom, you fucked me.
Well, people are like, oh, I spent all this money to play this beta. They owe me. They owe me this.
Well, I know what people are stating about that, because some people were like, I'm not getting a PlayStation 4 until Street Fighter 5. Some people were like, I'm not going to buy a new fight stick until Street Fighter 5. Like me, one of the main reasons I got a fight stick was because Street Fighter 5 was announced. And it's like, well, I can pick up Street Fighter 4, and I want it for Guilty Gear anyway, so bam, fight stick.
So I feel like you would have a leg to stand on in this argument, but people are like, oh, I spent $5 on the pre-order. And they're legitimately upset. And like, Capcom, they owe us. They owe us extra time on the beta or an extra character to play with. Let us play with Ken.
Yeah,
It's like,
people...
Capcom doesn't fucking owe you anything.
No, they don't know anybody's shit. Oh, did Diablo? They do. Diablo 3 owes me everything. But people are crying about that. Did they get anything? Nope. Do you think Capcom's going to give you anything? Nope.
Why would they?
Shut your fucking mouths and be happy that they're letting you play the game before it
I
comes
had
out.
to explain this to like so many 14-year-olds who don't know how the world works. Where it's like, okay, you went to GameStop, you put $5 down to reserve this game. That $5 goes to GameStop. It does not go to Capcom.
Yeah.
If you go to Amazon and pay $60 to pre-order it, that $60 goes to Amazon. It doesn't go to Capcom until that game ships. So you didn't give Capcom shit.
It's... All they're doing is fueling stupid people. And that's all that's going to keep happening.
I always thought
Let it go.
I always thought the phrase entitlement generation was just like some stupid little thing that the media said to like put people down or whatever. This whole situation has like changed my perspective on that. Because I've never heard a more group of whiny little bitches.
Damn. Hey,
Then-
stop assaulting possible audience members.
Fuck those people.
We could have 14-year-olds that listen to this and they're like, yeah, these guys curse.
If you're that butthurt that you can't play a fucking beta, you need to reevaluate your life.
Hey, they don't have time to reevaluate. They got to study.
Alright, moving on. Odin Sphere is getting an HD remake.
Fuck, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you.
Dude, I just got the biggest boner.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, it's pretty small looking, I know.
I was like, something's poking me in the elbow here. Why is my hand down there? I don't know.
Oh, whoa, just got sexy.
Alright, but yeah, Odin Sphere is getting an HD remake.
That
So,
game is fucking great.
it's a very good game. I'll tell you, I didn't beat it because your inventory is so limited that I felt like I was spending 80% of the game managing my inventory.
The game's beautiful.
The game is great. I mean, the gameplay's excellent. The graphics were great for the PlayStation 2. It came out towards the end of the PlayStation 2.
Did you play the spiritual successor?
Don't ever say that word in my presence again, but what was it?
It was some Murasama something. It
No,
came
I
out
didn't.
on the Wii.
No.
It was actually really good too. It was a more straight focused action game, but it looked like that. It was the beautiful art style and everything, but instead of like, it used samurai legacies instead. It
Well,
was really cool.
all I'm saying is I hope they make the inventory bigger so I don't have to scroll through it as much.
I hope it does well, and they decide to finally release that successor over onto like a downloadable game for PS4, because they re-released it because it was a Wii game and it got re-released for the PlayStation Vita. And
I'm going to spiritually success my foot right in your face in a second.
sorry, that's what they called it, man. Don't blame me because people can't just call shit sequels.
Well, we can't legally call it. It's like Xenosaga. We can't legally call it a sequel. It is, but we can't call it that.
But even in that case, they could have called it a sequel. It's like there were no bindings withheld. You know, they were still working for PlayStation. They were still the same company. Nobody owned the rights besides them, and they're like, "We're going to make a spiritual successor."
Well, I don't think they could say it's a sequel to Xenogears, I think is where it came in.
Xenogears can't. No,
Right.
that I don't remember who owns the actual rights to that.
Square still owns the rights to that name.
Yeah, but Namco Bandai is the one who owns who has the creators of it working
Right.
for them.
Yeah,
So-
Monolith Software. Yeah.
What was that last one they made?
Xenoblade Chronicles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I could have played it.
It's on 3DS now.
I know, but I don't have a 3DS.
Well, fucking get with the times, man.
I might. Whoa. You coming at me, bro?
Bruh. Oh, that's 2 South Park references already.
We actually have 3 because I hit you with the.
Oh, yeah, you did. Xbox posted a list of their most requested backwards compatibility games.
I'm not even gonna fuck with you on that.
Shut up. Voted on by fans, so take a guess what the top spot was.
One is definitely Mass Effect 3.
The top spot.
Who's the top? That's tough. I can't. If I sit here and think, I'm gonna leave dead silence. I don't want to do that. So, I fucking hate you for this. Mass Effect 3.
Nope. Call of Duty Black Ops 2.
The one that I said, in my opinion, is the best?
Yes.
Hey, Josh, remember when I said I think it's the best?
I'm still not playing it.
Dude, it's... especially if you can pick it up. You got an Xbox 360.
I don't... Well, yeah, I do. Okay.
It's probably like $10 by now.
Alright, so that's the number one. They released a list of their 20 top requested games.
Yeah.
16 of them are first-person shooters.
Wow.
6 of them are Call of Duty games.
Wow.
Then you got the Halo games. All 3 Mass Effect games are on there. And then you get all the way to the end of the list, and it's Batman Arkham City.
That's yeah, I agree.
So
it deserves to be in there.
I agree.
And to
But
be perfectly honest, if they did make Black Ops 2 compatible, I'll go buy it again.
you're what's wrong with America, buddy.
Fuck you, dude. That was a great game. You know what was so great about it? It's so terribly balanced that I guess what kind of weapons I ran around with. Guess what kind of weapons
Who's
I
fucking
ran
up
around
now,
with.
buddy?
Shut up. I just fucked up again. Guess what I was shooting? I used nothing but pistols. Ever.
Okay.
Yep, I ran
Alright.
around with nothing but a pistol.
Alright.
All the time. And it was so fun, dude. I had a blast.
So got a couple more things here. So moving off of video games. So we were just talking about you're what's wrong with America.
Hey, fuck you, buddy.
I'm just kidding. You know what's really wrong with America is when your American heroes let you down.
Oh?
Yeah,
You're talking about Hogan?
I am talking about one Hollywood Hulk Hogan removed
Hollywood.
from the WWE website.
Wow.
So they are actually doing what they did to Chris Benoit. They're completely disappearing him like he never existed. So he's gone from the website, he's gone from the alumni page, he's gone from the Hall of Fame page.
So basically, he's turned into American history.
Pretty much, yeah.
We're
So-
not going to talk about any of that shit, guys, so that's the closest we'll ever get.
Yeah, all I'll say is a videotape surfaced where he was saying some not very nice things about black people.
Yeah, I saw the link to the video, and I honestly couldn't bring myself to watch it.
Yeah, so it's, yeah,
It's terrible.
fuck you, Hulk Hogan.
It's a goddamn shame. You are a hero to so many people, dude.
I'll never tear my t-shirt off again.
I'm still going to do that.
Oh, man, I could save so much money. I don't have to buy new t-shirts anymore.
But no, those t-shirts were just like spandex t-shirts. How many spandex t-shirts did you have, Josh?
You know what? I actually did have a Hulk Hogan t-shirt when I was growing up, and the temptation was too great. I had to rip it.
Did you?
I did.
God damn it, Josh.
I did. It was horrible. But,
Well, now you need to burn it if you can find it.
oh, no, that got thrown away a long time ago. All right, so
Fuck you, Hogan.
Going back to movies just a little bit. So Pixels came out.
Yeah,
Horrible fucking reviews.
of course.
Every game company.
You know what's fucking
thing-
sad about
yeah.
that? Is that I was looking up, I looked at some reviews here and there, and somebody made a comment in the section that made me just go, that's actually a valid point. And people are like, yeah, this movie's bad, and he's like, wait. Now, is it Adam Sandler bad, or is it Adam Sandler good?
Right.
Because you hold those to such a low standard
Yeah.
when it's an Adam Sandler movie to be
Yeah.
like, if you think it's a good movie, you say, for an Adam Sandler movie, it was good.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. He has a niche audience.
No, he absolutely does. And you know what? I didn't look up the numbers. I'm sure this movie's going to make a lot of money because people still haven't figured out that Adam Sandler is a cancer to comedy movies.
He was after, what was that, Bulletproof?
He hasn't made a good movie since The Wedding Singer.
Yeah, true. That came out after. Wedding Singer was funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty garbage.
Yeah. So anyway, all the YouTube channels I subscribe to, Machinima, Movie Bob, who I talked about a couple weeks ago, they all did the reviews on it. They're
Apparently, he was linked and not even... It wasn't Screw Attack or anything. Apparently, his rant on that movie was so bad.
Oh, it was epic, for sure.
Dude, that's how I knew the movie was bad at first. I didn't even... Like I said, it wasn't Screw Attack. It wasn't his webpage. Some other webpage linked it. It's like, Movie Bob literally rips this movie apart and in such an intelligent manner.
Yes.
So,
I love Movie Bob. He's great. So the only bad part is Malia really wants to see this movie.
You're gonna go see it.
I'm not.
You're gonna go feed it.
I am gonna go hope that she forgets this movie exists. Because I think if I wait a week, she'll forget about it. So I think I'll be in the clear. If I can just get past a week, I'll
just
be
tell
all
her
right.
Frozen 2 was announced. Little girls love Frozen.
We did go see Ant-Man, though, so just a quick little blurb on that, since I know you haven't seen it.
Well, we'll just go with the, what's your hit on the scale?
Oh, it's best movie ever, for sure.
Okay, was all the hype real?
Yeah, I don't know if I would say it's better than Guardians.
Still haven't seen it.
I don't know if I would say it's better than the first Iron Man, but it's...
That's basically one of the ones I was alluding to because you made that comment. It's like, it's the best Marvel movie since Iron Man 1.
I would say, if you're going to say Iron Man is number 1, then this is 1B. It's very good. I see what I did there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See what I did there, 1B.
Good times.
No, it's very good. The humor in it was great. Everybody was raving about Michael Pena's character, and I was like, how great can a sidekick character actually be? But he's hilarious.
I still don't really give a fuck. I think the next Marvel movie I'll probably actually watch is Deadpool.
Oh, one part I did want to bring up. There is a scene where it shows Hank Pym, like back in the day, like when he first creates the Ant-Man suit. And they do like a, like the digital de-aging effect on Michael Douglas.
Yeah.
And the technology has come such a long way because I swear to God, they just went and like ripped him out of Wall Street and put him in this movie. It looked phenomenal.
Did they do better than Terminator Genesis?
Much better.
All right.
Yeah,
Good
much
to know.
better.
Well, Marvel probably had more money.
Yeah.
Marvel does have that Marvel money.
Yeah. And I mean, Ant-Man is one of those movies where it's like, I know you and I were both worried about it because it's like, it's fucking Ant-Man.
In the Marvel universe, that was a gamble.
Yeah.
He's not like Captain America or Iron Man. It's like, it's fucking Ant-Man.
Yeah, and it does feel like a Phase 1 Marvel movie, and I guess that's to be expected because they've been trying to get this movie made for so fucking long.
Not to mention, I don't think they're really doing any more origin stories for Avengers at this point.
No, because Black Panther is going to be in Civil War, and then he's going to have his own movie. So yeah, I guess not.
But yeah, I'm glad it worked out. I'm glad Marvel's making Mooney.
Yeah, it's great. So little mini review. Go see the movie. It's awesome.
Best movie ever.
Best movie ever. All right, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We are going to talk about Metal Gear Solid 4.
After we're done doing the double Dutch rudder.
Oh, ew. Oh.
Ew, it's so sticky. Shout outs to Mega Man X Battle.
Woo!
All right, well, have a beautiful evening, everybody, and the evening's not done. Let's get this party started.
Alright, this party's off to a bit of a slow start, but soon it's gonna melt your brain and fish slap your heart. Check out this leaf collecting album that I made back in autumn. Don't get me started on balloons, you want 'em, we fucking got 'em. And when the music starts to drop, the vibe's gonna change. We got the country theme, bar mitzvah, Ben Shalom on the range. The hot girls are showing up, I am so sorry you waited, but now they're finally inflated. So we can get this fucking party started. Dear God, the night is on fire. This shit will make a hobbits in a hell with the Shire. Hooray! On the wood, and that's a definite maybe. It's like amazing and awesome vibes and had a party, baby. Dance break.
Metal Gear. Metal Deal.
I said dance.
Metal Seal. Metal Deal. Metal Real talk about Metal Gear Solid 4 coming at you live.
All right, Metal
We're
Gear
back.
Solid 4. Holy shit.
We're finally here. This is technically the end. We might throw in some talk about Revengeance and Ground Zeroes.
Yeah, we'll think about it.
If we did either of those two, it'd probably be Ground Zeroes because it sticks with this story. So
Yeah, so Metal Gear Solid 4, not even... I was going to say this is where the shit hits the fan, but it's not even that. It's like somebody just took a shit directly on the fan.
and stop the blades. the shit didn't go anywhere. Well, it revolved a little when it was slowing the fan down.
Yeah.
What if the shit was diarrhea, though?
Yeah.
I'm going to shut up.
Yeah.
I just grossed myself.
You should probably shut up.
Yeah, I should.
All right. So, quick recap of the story so far. So,
The Patriots have been established
Hold on,
through Metal
hold
Gear
on.
Solid 3.
all right. Well, yeah. Let's do chronologically.
Well, I figured that's what we were going
Yeah,
to do, is start
alright.
from the beginning. Patriots have been established, and they
Yeah.
were done in Snake Eater.
Dun, 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 dun. Which you actually don't find out who the Patriots are until later on in 4.
Yeah, I think you're right, because I thought they did that in Portable Ops or some shit. By the way, yeah, we're not doing the portables.
No, fuck that.
But
So either way, you had the Snake Eater mission. You killed Big Boss, or excuse me, you killed the boss and became Big Boss. But the whole thing didn't sit right with you because the country basically,
turned its back on a true patriot.
correct. Yeah, they went to her and said, "Hey, you have to do this. You're gonna have to die for your country," and she was willing to make that sacrifice. But
Well, that's
just didn't sit well with old Big Boss.
it's because the country used her as a weapon.
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
the weapon never misfired a single time.
Nope, not at all. So during Metal Gear Solid 3, you ran into Ocelot for the first time,
Yes.
which will come into play later.
Coming to play like pretty much all the time. This motherfucker never goes anywhere.
So then you have the original Metal Gear.
Yes,
which on
Shadow
the-
Moses.
on the MSX.
Oh, we're going that.
Yeah, so you have the original Metal Gear where you are Solid Snake
Yes.
and you're sent in to go kill the big boss.
In Zanzibar land.
Yes. And then you have Metal Gear 2, which
Yes.
is virtually the same thing. You think after Metal Gear 1, Big Boss is dead and gone. Turns out, aha, just kidding. No, I wasn't.
I'm here to fucking kill you this time.
Yeah.
For reals.
So all that happens. You become this like legendary soldier. You're Solid Snake. You're the man who took down Big Boss. So they call you in for this mission at Shadow Moses.
Which, by the way, you've been on a hiatus after this. You took a break.
Yeah, you've been living in Alaska doing some dog sledding.
You're like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Done.
So they call you up and they're like, "We need your help. You need to go, fucking get these guys."
And he was like, oh, god damn it. Alright, I'll do it.
"Yeah."
We got to implant you with nanomachines.
So
Fox die.
something I just remembered is during the briefing for Metal Gear Solid 1, they actually say that, "Hey, you actually look a lot like this terrorist that is taking over control of Shadow Moses.
Which is Liquid Snake.
Your fucking clone twin brother."
Yeah, of course. And, high D.
So yeah, a lot of shit goes on in Metal Gear Solid 1. You find out you have this virus in you called Fox Die, which is helping to kill people.
You find out you have a twin brother.
Yeah, who's a clone, and you're a clone.
Everybody cloning tonight.
You're both clones of Big Boss.
Yeah, which you didn't know before because, wow, that's the guy you killed twice.
Yeah. So you defeat Liquid. It goes on. A few years later, you have Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yes.
So the Marines are developing a new Metal Gear. It's called Metal Gear Ray. You're going to get pictures of this. Revolver Ocelot shows up out of nowhere,
Steals it.
hijacks it, crashes the tanker. And the big cover story is that there's this oil spill, so they erect this facility to clean up the oil spill.
To build a giant-ass motherfucking Metal Gear under the water.
Exactly. So they're making the Arsenal Gear, which is a huge fucking Metal Gear.
Yeah, basically.
You also find out there's a third clone named Solidus.
Yes, which is important.
Yes, and you take control of Raiden,
Yes.
and you kill Solidus, or so you think.
And you cup your balls.
You cup your balls a lot.
A lot. It's my kind of shit right there.
And now we're on to Metal Gear Solid 4, which takes place, I want to say, 7 or 8 years?
It's about 7 or 8. It's
Okay.
not too long. It's under a decade.
Under a decade, yeah. So, you start out in Metal Gear Solid 4. The first thing you notice is, holy shit.
Snake is an old motherfucker.
Snake looks like Clint Eastwood.
And then
He's like 90.
And then you see Roy Campbell, who looks almost the exact fucking same.
Yeah, so the colonel who's, walked you through all your missions to this point, well, except for Metal Gear Solid 3, which we should probably talk about for a second.
Okay.
You had Major Zero,
Yes.
who was your contact in Metal Gear Solid 3.
That motherfucker's a patriot.
Yes, he is.
Pretty much all of them in that game is a patriot.
Yeah, so all the people that were helping you on Metal Gear Solid 3 turn out to be the Patriots.
The original Patriots, the 12 Patriots that were talked about at the end of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, so we'll get into that in a second. So Metal Gear Solid 4, Snake is an old man, yet everybody else looks...
Pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same, so you're like, what the fuck's going on?
Well, not graphically.
Graphically, it's quite the increase.
They increased the polygons by quite a substantial amount.
That game is beautiful.
It's
Even
fucking
now.
gorgeous.
Yeah.
Dude, Hideo was good with fucking engines.
Yeah, definitely.
Look at the Fox engine now, dude.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I definitely can't wait to get my hands on the Phantom Pain.
Yes.
So, moving along. Cut to... Where are we cutting to?
Alright, so the game starts out, Snake's old as shit, you're in the Middle East somewhere.
Yeah.
There's this war going on between resistance members and what they call PMCs. So basically...
Private military companies.
Yes, private military companies. So basically all the wars in the world...
Are now being fought without using actual soldiers.
Yeah, well,
Not
I mean,
actual
they're,
soldiers,
they're
but-
still real people, but,
Yeah, but-
they're all privately
Owned and operated.
Yeah.
It's companies hiring these militaries to go in and fight for them instead
Yeah,
of
so
doing all the
countries
training
don't
themselves.
have their own militaries, they just hire these PMCs.
Yes. That.
So you've gotten reports that Ocelot,
As-
aka Liquid,
Returned.
is in the area. So as Snake, you're going in to find Ocelot and basically finally put an end to all this shit.
You're finally going to end this motherfucker.
Yeah. So you go through, you eventually do find Ocelot, but before that you also find Meryl. You find out Meryl's still alive.
Yes, she is.
And she has her own unit.
And she's also Roy Campbell's daughter and not his niece.
Yes. Which was really, really weird. So in Metal Gear Solid 1, he was like, yeah, she's my niece.
Like, why?
Yeah.
Why? Are you that ashamed of your daughter?
And in this one, it's like, oh no, he's my daughter. I know there was like some little family secret thing there,
Yeah.
but it was like, why bother?
And she's like, oh yeah, he's a womanizing piece of shit. And
Yeah.
then, like we talked about in the one episode, how 4 finally broke it and was like, they said something higher than damn. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, they were straight
Meryl
up
thinks
cussing
you're a
this
piece
one.
of shit.
Yeah.
Whoa, what a dick.
So you find Ocelot. Meryl is basically like, look, Snake, I can't help you. My mission is to observe and report.
Yeah.
So if you find Ocelot, you're on your own. You do find Ocelot.
Remember that one big motherfucker on our team who has the mohawk, but it's shaved to be a fucking exclamation
Yes,
point on
so
the
when-
back of his head?
When he sat up and it was like, bling, bling.
I was like, oh god, you cheesy bastards.
Yeah.
Good
So,
times.
so you find Ocelot. Ocelot sees you coming for him, and he says to activate the system. And you're like, what the fuck is the system?
And the system is something that can shut down nanomachines.
So,
Would you like to explain, or should
Sure.
I?
so these PMCs all have nanomachines in their bodies, which basically allow their heart rate and everything to be monitored. They don't feel pain. They don't feel emotion.
They're basically
They are
completely
soldiers.
controlled.
Yeah. They're being completely controlled by these nanomachines and by AI to not feel any of this stuff so they can be the best soldier they can possibly be.
Like, hey, if you're going to run into a life and death situation, you're not going to have too much problem. You don't give a fuck about dying.
Yeah, pretty much. So Ocelot has found a way to turn off these nanomachines. So when he says activate the system, he's activating whatever this program is that shuts down their nanomachines. All the fear, emotion, remorse, the whatever, everything rushes.
Floods the system, pretty much.
Yeah, it rushes to these soldiers at one time. So if they've been in war for 10 years, they're getting 10 years worth of pain and suffering at one time. So all these guys start going crazy. They're killing each other. They're shitting
Vomiting
themselves.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's just nuts. So
It's fucking sight to see.
and you really have no idea what's going on.
But you're still after fucking Liquid.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
sorry. Ocelot. It's the same fucking thing.
pretty much. So he manages to escape, and you go on to the next mission, which you are to meet a resistance member in a city, and this is the one part of the game I actually didn't like.
Really?
Yeah.
I
So
didn't like the part that's coming in the next chapter. But we'll continue.
oh no, I skipped the part. Wait a second. So this is the part you go into the jungle on this one.
Wait, did we in the first mission? Is that when you met? Oh God, I can't even remember his name.
Drebin?
Drebin, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Drebin. He becomes a pivotal part, so we might as well talk about him for a second.
So Drebin is essentially an arms dealer. So all the weapons in this day and age are all genetically coded. So if you don't have the right nanomachines inside you,
You can't just pick up a soldier's weapon in this one and go along.
Exactly.
With the mission.
So, but he's found a way, or him and this group have found a way to basically launder guns.
Yes, basically they're all called Drebin. They all have numbers.
Yeah, there's Drebin 813, Drebin 745, whatever.
He drives a sweet fucking tank and has a sweet ass monkey too. And I ain't talking about his dick, folks.
He's talking about a literal hairless monkey
With a diaper.
that loves to drink soda
And eat apples.
and smoke.
And smoke, yeah.
He tries to smoke anyway.
Yeah, Drebin's a dick. Won't let him have a fucking cig. Come on, man. YOLO.
Yeah.
YOMO. You only monkey once.
Monkey one.
So
The second mission you actually go into, I think it's actually South America.
is it just me or does Drebin look like Cisco?
Sort of.
Like, I
Yeah.
expect him to bust into a thong song immediately.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, sorry, moving along.
Yeah. So you go to South America, I believe it is, and you're going to find Naomi.
Yeah.
So you're going through, you have to find this complex, you have to sneak in, you have to find Naomi Hunter, who's from Metal Gear Solid 1.
Yes.
Do you remember why? Because I don't remember why you need to find her.
It's something that he wants. I don't remember if it's just his own specific wants to find out why he's aging the way he is,
Why he's aging, why he's dying, basically.
or if it had something to do with the fact that she was basically kidnapped. She was
True.
being forced into this situation by Ocelot's group.
Right.
Even though she did have a connection with Vamp and everything, she was being held against her will to work for them.
Yeah.
Could be wrong. Like I said, fact check us. I don't give a fuck.
So you find Naomi, you're with her for a little bit, she runs a couple tests on you, and then all of a sudden...
By the way, they did have the sad moment where you're watching Naomi, who helped him through all this and gave him the original injections when he looked young, and like short years later, watching how everything's affected his body, and
Yeah.
she's like almost looking like in disgust, shock, and horror at him as he's taking his clothes off for these tests.
Yeah, he's all scarred up and shit.
Yeah, he's covered in scars, covered in wrinkles. He's fucking just aging terribly because was it because he's a clone? I don't think it was the nanomachines. It's because he was a clone.
It was because he was a clone.
Yes, and the clones were made to not be able to live an entire life.
Right.
Because if they were going to sell them to military, yeah, there was a whole story about that.
And they didn't want them to reproduce and all this other shit.
Yeah, so he can't reproduce. He ages quickly, but he's a perfect soldier.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool. Sorry, continue.
Alright, so you're talking to Naomi, she runs her test, and then all of a sudden you see some people outside, they're about to bust in. So they bust in, they take Naomi back, you finish a couple of them off, then all of a sudden this crazy octopus bitch comes in.
Like a fucking squealing banshee.
So, yeah, we should probably talk about that first. So, the bosses in this one, I actually thought were done really well. Even though they didn't have, they didn't really have a backstory until you beat them, and then Drebin calls in. And
he gives you the whole backstory and why it's so sad what happened to this person and whatnot.
So, as we were discussing when we went on break, these are kind of like a mix between Metal Gear Solid 1 bosses and Metal Gear Solid 3 bosses.
Whereas they're mixing the animal, what would you call that? The animal theme that they had for the bosses in 1 with the war theme.
Yeah, with the emotion theme in 3.
Yes. Yes.
So in this one you have Laughing Octopus, Raging Raven, Crying Wolf, and Screaming Mantis.
Yes, our Mantis is back, who has a little doll that we'll talk about later.
Yes. So those are your bosses for this one. I thought, we were just talking about it, this was a great boss fight. Laughing Octopus?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It was so crazy running around and trying to find her and catch up on her and sneak up on her while she's doing the same thing to you. And it's like, God damn it.
Yeah, so she has the ability. She has
a Billy Lee. Billy and Jelly. Oh, Billy and Jelly.
Billy and Jelly.
Fuck that up worse than the typing in the original Double Dragon.
I know, right?
Was it the original?
No,
and Jimmy?
2. No, 3.
3? Yeah, 3. Bimmy and Jimmy.
Bimmy and Jimmy Lee.
Alright, sorry.
So she has the ability to basically camouflage and anything in the background. She can look like anything. So There's one part in the place that you're fighting her. It has a painting hanging on the wall, and she becomes part of the painting.
Yeah.
And it's really hard to see her. There's another one where it's they have like the human skeleton thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's camouflaged herself to look like that. There's another one where it's like a box of fruit on the floor. So she looks like a box of fruit, and the way you know it's her is that one of her tentacles is hanging out the box. So it was a very fun fight.
It was a creative fight.
Yeah.
But what do you expect from Hideo Kojima? Creativity.
Yeah, it was good times.
Motherfucker's good at what he does.
So you beat her, you take her mask. So your camouflage suit is made out of the same stuff, so it blends into the background,
Yeah.
which we didn't talk about. So
Camouflage has been replaced by an active camo type system.
yeah, so instead of changing out camo types to blend into your background, this one does it automatically. So if you stay pressed against it.
Yeah, if you just press against the wall or you drop down to the ground, you wait a couple seconds. If you don't move, your camo just shifts.
Yeah, so
Turns into whatever you're around.
exactly. So they call it Octo Camo because I actually didn't know this until I played the game, and they had that little scene at the beginning of the game where you can like see the octopus underwater and everything.
Yeah.
Octopus or octopi?
Octopi, I believe.
Octopi?
We'll go with octopi.
Yeah. I like eating octopi.
I like pie.
Octopi have the highest camo index of any creature on the planet, which I'm guessing they didn't know about albino chameleon.
Damn
when
it,
they
you
made
just
that
took
game.
my joke, you asshole. I was literally waiting for you to shut up. It was like, clearly they never met the albino chameleon.
The master of disguise, the albino chameleon.
Think you can't see him, but you totally can.
Yep. So you take her mask, so now you got like a full body octo suit, and you can pretty much
It
hide
increases
from
like about 10%, I think.
Yeah, I think it gets you to like 95%. So.
Yeah, it's like as close as you can get, because before there was a little way of error, because, hey, why are those rocks having a human face look at me?
Yeah.
Whereas now you just completely, you took the whole form of whatever you're in.
Yeah.
It's pretty fucking cool.
So from that one, then you go on to the city, which is some city in Europe. I don't remember
Ain't
which
no
one.
love
Yeah.
in the heart of the city.
So you're going to meet resistance members. So you have to tail one of the
I
resistance members.
fucking hate that.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, that's the part I was thinking about that we were going into. Yeah, that's the one part of the game that really bugs the fuck out of me.
Because I thought it was pretty awesome how if you sit there and you're like, oh, I just got to kill all the enemy soldiers before you get to the part where you get to Naomi, that battle never fucking ends.
Yeah.
I mean, I have sat there and tried.
Oh
and I was
no, they
like,
keep spawning.
This never fucking stops.
No, they keep spawning.
This part is just so tedious to me.
Yeah, so there's a
When
guy
you get
who
caught, dude, it's just like, oh my god, please, just no. I
there's
can't
a
do
guy
this.
literally walking around the city who you have to tail, and he's whistling, and just taking a leisurely stroll, taking his sweet ass time.
Super fucking leisurely.
And if you like walk too fast, or he hears you or anything, he runs
Fucking-
backwards.
Yeah, he runs back to where he started because that's how you hide.
Yeah, you run backwards, you hide for a few seconds, and then you start again.
It's fucking the worst part of that game.
Yeah,
hands
without
down.
a doubt, without a doubt.
Like, if there was an easy button for that, like, if we had Game Shark still, and he couldn't hear me, I would just creep that motherfucker.
So you tail him there, you meet the resistance fighters, and surprise, surprise, the leader of the resistance,
Eva!
Eva!
From Metal Gear Solid 3. Still letting those tits hang, bro.
Yes, she is, even at 80 whatever years old.
She's like, these are my children. Well, then why don't you hide your boobs? Jesus.
So she gives you a little bit of information.
Little bit.
Yeah.
Shit, it's a pretty big revelation at that point.
So by this time, you know, you, Liquid Snake, and Solidus Snake are all clones. You find out that you had a surrogate mother, and it was her.
You just met your mama, and you're looking at her goddamn boobs. What the fuck, lady? Put them away.
So she
I was
is
really
your,
not happy about looking at old lady boobs, by the
She
way.
is your surrogate mother, so she's technically your mom. Don't look at your mom's boobs. Come on.
That's pretty weird, fellas.
She also tells you that they have the body of Big Boss.
Big Boss's corpse is in their possession.
Yes. Which I don't know why that is such a big deal that they have his corpse, but they're like very excited that they have his corpse.
We probably should have looked that up.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think it actually did tie to something important in the story.
Well, it doesn't really matter because
You don't keep it too long.
you are escorting the corpse to the dockside to put it on a boat.
To where you're actually just going to one of the fucking coolest scenes in the whole goddamn game.
Yeah, so you actually get on her bike. She still has her bike from Metal Gear Solid 3.
You know she ain't losing that shit. She gotta smell like gasoline. Let them titties hang.
So you do a little chess scene.
You do a little chess scene?
Little
where,
chase scene.
You know, so you gotta move your rook.
Yeah,
Okay. Did you say chess or chest?
chess.
Okay, I thought maybe you were thinking about her boobs too, because that's all I'm thinking about.
You get down to the water, and she's like, that's okay, you know, we had a decoy van, they hit the decoy van, we still have his body, it's fine. And then Ocelot's like, oh, you mean that body over there in the smoking wreckage?
Oh wait, did it already happen or not, the boss fight?
Oh yeah, it did already happen. So yeah, Raging Raven.
Dude, that fight is fucking rough.
It is. The first time I played it, I had no idea what I was doing.
Neither did I. I got my
And,
ass kicked.
Yeah, she beats the fuck out of you. So it basically takes place in a bell tower, and there's like 3 different floors to it.
Yeah.
And she she flies right into the little corridor. She shoots you up. You try to hide on the steps. It doesn't work.
Crashes through that bitch.
Yeah, so during the course of this fight, this bell tower is just like getting annihilated.
Mm-hmm.
And she has little like flying drones around her that help her out. So you think you're shooting her, and it's like, oh no, you're just shooting one of the drones.
Oh, god damn it.
Yeah,
We also
so-
forgot to mention, while we're here, might as well go back to the first boss. When you beat them, their armor falls apart.
Yeah,
And then you go through this scene where you basically got to finish them.
you have to finish them, and you can like literally pull out a gun and just like gun them down, or you can go for the no-kill game and take out your trank gun, which takes like many more shots.
Or you can be a pervert and grab a digital camera and run away until it gets to a photo shoot where they pose sexually for you.
Yeah, so I actually didn't know about this little Easter egg. You just clued me in on it.
That part made me feel weird. I didn't like it.
So yeah, if you pull out your digital camera and
Yeah.
wait a little bit, they'll do some poses for you.
And the room completely changes from the boss room to just like this white backdrop, and every time you pull out your camera, they stop and they pose in one of their poses. And
Yeah.
it's kind of a cool Easter egg, but it feels kind of creepy that you're taking pictures of these lifeless video game characters, because at that point, there's nothing to them.
Well, I know there is, in the game, there's like a magazine you can pick up, and it's called B&B Magazine, so Beauty and Beast Magazine.
Yeah.
And it has like pictures of the actresses that actually did the motion capture for
Oh,
them.
that's pretty cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So I knew that was in there, but I didn't know you could like actually do
Have
a
a photo shoot?
Yeah.
And while we're on that note, we also didn't remember to mention, I don't know what happens to them when they die, because weird shit happens to their bodies after you kill them.
Yeah, like Laughing Octopus like melts.
Yeah. It's like, do you know why the fuck that happened?
No, I have no idea.
I'm sure it has something to do with their nanomachines or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you listen to Drebin's hour-and-a-half long explanation after the boss
Diatribe,
fight,
we'll call it. It's
Yeah.
a diatribe.
that he would actually explain it. But I always end up skipping that because you just had this awesome boss fight, and I'm like, I want to get back to the fucking game.
You do, and it's just like, by the way, ever since she was a little girl, everybody thought that she was pretty. And it's like, oh god, here we go.
She grew up on a little fishing village.
And then she was abducted and thrown into war. I'm like, oh god damn it, dude, can
Yeah.
you stop?
Just get me back to the game, please.
Yeah, I did listen to all of them though.
I couldn't take it. Like, I think I listened to Laughing Octopus. And,
Oh, that one was creepy.
Yeah.
Laughing Octopus, like, and the funny thing is all their names revolve around what caused them tragedy as they were growing up to be these war machines, basically.
Yeah.
Like Laughing Octopus with the laughing. I can't.
Yeah, she was basically like, she watched her family get slaughtered. She watched everybody in her village get slaughtered, and it broke her to the point where all she could do was laugh.
And like I think with Down the Wolf, you have Crying Wolf. It had to do with the murdering of babies.
Yeah.
And all she
Lots
could hear
of
was
fucked
the
up
crying.
shit.
Yeah, it was really fucked up backstories, but that's the kind of thing that should not have been thrown in right after a fucking boss fight.
Right.
Because, yeah, once you're done with the boss, you want to get back into action. You're like, fuck yeah, that was awesome, let's go. And it's like, wait, do you got a half an hour? Let me tell you this story.
Snake, I know you're not busy right now. You need to get back to Big Boss's burning corpse, but hold on.
Let me tell you a story. So yeah, after you fight the fucking raging raven, you get to the scene that we were actually at.
Yeah, so Big Boss's corpse is burning.
Eve is freaking the fuck out.
Yeah, she's freaking out. She's crying. She's been shot as well by this point.
Is this the part where they had him surrounded at the harbor with all the soldiers, with Meryl's team too?
Yeah, so Ocelot is escaping on this boat, and then all these other boats come out of nowhere, and they have him surrounded, and you're like, well,
Dude.
he's fucking done. There's no way he can get out of this shit.
He makes the fucking finger gun, and he's just like, bang.
Yeah.
You just see people getting shot. It's like, what?
Yeah, so...
Didn't he, like, disable all their weapons through their nanomachines?
Yeah, so, yeah, Ocelot actually makes, the little finger gesture
bang, bang,
with
bang.
his hand, and he's like, bang, 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 and he starts laughing, and then he does it again, and somebody actually gets shot, and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and no soldier's weapon at this point is operable
Yeah,
because of this system he has created.
yeah.
So, wow, and it just turns into this massive mowing down of everybody.
Yep, and Snake gets on the boat, I think to save Meryl, if I'm not mistaken. Or it might be to save Eva.
I think it was Save Eva, because
save
she was
Eva?
trying to get the corpse.
That's right, she was trying to get the corpse, yeah. So Ocelot actually blows the boat up, and Snake's face gets...
Fucking charred over.
He looks like Two-Face at this point.
Yeah, dude, his face is fucked.
Yeah, so
Meryl ain't gonna
he takes
fuck
a
you
blast.
now.
He takes a blast to the face.
Oh,
God damn it! You had it.
I couldn't help it.
I did set that one up nicely.
You set it up pretty good for me, thank you. And I guess now we cut to the next act.
Ooh, this is a good one too.
This is where everything starts to get real, son.
Yeah. So we go back to Shadow Moses.
And some of the most fucking epic things happen there.
So essentially, you learn that Ocelot is controlling all this through nanomachines by this AI. One of the AIs is on a satellite
Yeah.
that's orbiting the Earth. The only way you can destroy it is with a missile, but with the system from the Patriots, there's no way you can fire a missile up there. They won't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
So they're like, oh, well, we could do it if we had a magnetic railgun. Where can we find one of those?
I have an idea of where we could find one of those. I happened to kill him in Metal Gear 1.
So they decide they're going to go back to Shadow Moses. They're going to find the wreckage of Metal Gear Rex. They're going to take the railgun, and they're going to make themselves a little missile.
And it's gonna be sweet. Insert Metal Gear 1.
So yeah, you have this like little flashback / dream sequence where it actually looks like the PlayStation 1 Metal Gear Solid.
Yeah, I found out, actually, I don't know if Watch Mojo said, I think they did in their recent top 10 for Metal Gear, which was a crazy coincidence, is that it's actually an emulated version
Yeah,
of the original PlayStation game.
yeah,
And it's cut to fit into that section and stop when it's supposed to. But
yeah.
so that was really fucking weird at first.
Yeah, so you sneak into the base, and then the codec comes up, and somebody says Snake, and then you like wake up from the dream, and you're back in Metal Gear Solid.
And the coolest part,
You're back in Metal Gear Solid 4.
The coolest part about it was as though that all that shit that you just ran through in that flashback, you're getting to run through from Gen 1 PlayStation to Gen 3, and it's like, God, dude, you get to get a good visual of how that boost works in terms of capability.
And one of the other really cool things they did with this game was the flashbacks during cutscenes.
Oh yeah, we completely missed that.
Yeah, and this just made me think of it because when you're going into the Shadow Moses base, you kind of hear flashbacks of like conversations that you had.
Yeah, as you're walking.
But during cutscenes in this one, every once in a while you'll see X flash up on the screen.
Yeah, you hit the button and it just starts doing these random flashes of parts from that game that they're referencing.
Yeah, so that was really cool. I like that.
Hey man, this was the end all. This is the last Metal Gear, man. God damn it.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, that was one thing we didn't talk about. So with this one, yet again, Hideo Kojima is like,
This is the last one.
this is, with Metal Gear Solid 3, he was like, alright, I said I wasn't going to do another one. I came back, I did it. I'm done, guys, for real this time. I want to go do other stuff, so I'm not going to do it. They're like, but Hideo, you didn't tell us who the Patriots were, and what happens to Ocelot, and what happens with this? And he's like, look, guys, I appreciate it, but I just want to work on other games. And then Konami's like, alright, we're going to do Metal Gear Solid 4. Hideo, do you want to do it? He's like, Look, goddammit, I told you motherfuckers from day one I was always going to do this project. Stop asking me.
Hey, man. And they wrapped up everything with a nice little bow.
Yes, they did.
God damn it. So, all right, let's continue.
So Snake goes in, you find the Metal Gear wreckage, Vamp shows up.
That guy's a dick, by the way.
That guy is a dick. There's no
We
way to kill
completely
this
left out
motherfucker.
the part about Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden shows up too.
Raiden has gone from whiny bitch to complete badass as he is Metal Gear Solid 4's Cyber Ninja.
Yes, he has all of his cyber modifications now, and he whips some fucking ass.
Like, we left out the parts about the geckos.
Yeah, so there's like these
There's
little...
so much to this goddamn series.
Yeah, there's like little miniature Metal Gears
They're basically
walking around.
like, yeah, these weird little mini Metal Gears.
Yeah.
They don't have nukes or anything, but they'll kick your ass and they move.
Yeah, for whatever reason. They're like what, 15 feet tall or something.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of explained. It's more about Japan than us on this one. Apparently, they moved because it wanted people's heads to go to the idea of tranquil situations like farms. It wanted to lure them into a false sense of tranquility and then just be like, "Bam, motherfucker! Here
Well,
I am."
I can tell you, I never felt safe when I heard that moo in that game.
No, when you hear the movie, you're like, "Oh God,
You're like, motherfucker.
here they come."
So
But-
yeah, you're surrounded by like 20 of them at
Yeah.
one point. I think in the... No, I
It's-
think it was the first act.
It's close to it because you're running through the city
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah,
But yeah, Raiden comes like you're freaking out because of one.
yeah.
Like you're like, Raiden's like, bring it, bitch.
Raiden shows up and just fucking annihilates everything.
That was one of the coolest cutscenes of that fucking game.
Yeah. So he's
Like-
just like chopping their legs off,
Yeah, he's
just cutting them in
nin-
half.
He's go ninja, go, and he's fucking going all over the place. He's fucking dancing around, swinging fucking high heels. And
Yeah. So actually,
why do you have high heels? Oh, because it can hold a fucking sword.
because he can hold a fucking katana with it.
Yep, and he just does the fucking breakdance fighting and shit. And he's just swiping the blade over, cutting their fucking legs off, cutting their fucking little tentacles that they use to hold people.
Yeah.
Who also, he ends up, because the only reason I really brought this up is to go full circle, he has to fight Vamp in a cutscene.
Yes. Which I really like this cutscene also.
It
So
was super fucking epic.
you found the Metal Gear wreckage. You need to get it up to the surface so you can take the railgun off. Vamp shows up. Vamp shows up along with about 40 Gecko. So
Yeah, they're everywhere.
you already know, like, Solid Snake, as you yourself, you're like, look, I can't kill Vamp. You guys have a personal grudge because you were friends with EE. He killed EE. Raiden really wants to fucking kill this guy.
And shit, we completely skipped over this one too, is because when he got Naomi back, didn't he shoot him in the exact fucking scar wound from where he got shot in the forehead in Metal Gear Solid 2?
Yes, he did.
And he just kind of sat back up and kept talking on his fucking phone?
Yeah.
The dude's immortal.
Yeah, so at this point you're like, oh, look, I've tried to kill this motherfucker before and he won't die. So, Raiden, it's all yours.
A bullet between the brains. What? What?
So, Gecko's coming in as Snake, you're fighting the Gecko, so it's like split screen.
Yeah.
On the left side, you're fighting the Gecko as Snake. On the right side is this epic fucking fight between Raiden and
Yeah,
Vamp.
this is round 2 by this point.
Yeah.
Because the first fight, like I was saying, fucking epic between those two. Like, fucking Vamp when he got on top of Raiden and he was dancing with the fucking claws on his feet
Yeah.
and just ripping him apart.
Yeah.
Like, by the end, they ended up... Like, what happened in the first one? Wasn't he holding Raiden and Raiden just pulled up his blade and jammed it through his chest right through Vamp, too?
Yeah, so Vamp had him, like, from behind, like, in a chokehold, and Raiden was like, oh, okay, and he stabbed the sword through himself, and in turn stabbed...
Yeah, he just was stabbing
stabbed
both
Vamp.
of them, sacrificing the shit out of himself for the win.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, he didn't win.
yeah.
He was injured for a good chunk of the game after that. It's like, oh, Raiden's a badass. Oh, Raiden's done. Great. I
Yeah,
finally wanted you back.
yeah, pretty much. So, you finish killing off the Gecko, Raiden finally kills Vamp, which we should actually explain how that happened.
It's his nano machines.
So, as Snake, when you were fighting Vamp,
Yeah.
you could get to the point where you damaged him enough to where it would, like, wound him a little bit, but then he would heal from it. So, during the point where he was wounded, you had to put him in a chokehold and stab him with this stuff that would suppress his nanomachines. Because the nanomachines are what was healing his body and keeping him alive, basically.
Yeah, they're basically resurrecting him anytime he was dying.
Yeah. So once you did that, Raiden comes in. They have their epic fight. He finally is able to kill Vamp now that his nanomachines are suppressed.
Yes.
Yes, Neo.
About goddamn time. But yeah, dude, the fights between Raiden and Vamp were just fucking nothing but epic.
Yeah, they were great stuff. So
It's way better than following the fucking Whistler, I can tell you that.
So you hop on Metal Gear, you escape to the outside.
And there's a little guy waiting for you. His name's Metal Gear fucking Ray.
Ocelot is in a Metal Gear Ray.
And you have a fucking giant robot fight.
Yes. Who
Dude.
would have thought you would have a giant mech fight in a fucking
When
Metal
that
Gear
fight
game?
started, there were so many chills running down my spine. I was like, is this a fucking joke? Is this real?
Does this happen? Is this real life?
And it was fucking awesome.
Yep.
That was one of the funnest fights in that game.
So this kind of goes back to Metal Gear Solid 2 a little bit, though, when they were like, the only thing that can kill a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear. We've created the anti-Metal Gear Metal Gear.
Which you take down at the end of the game in droves.
And you're in Metal Gear Rex, who's been broken, battered, laying there for 10 years, hasn't been used, and you're kicking the shit out of Metal Gear Ray.
So how is this ever an ending Metal Gear when a human took down about 40 of them and now the fucking previous version's just beating the shit out of the updated?
Yeah, and all the things of Metal Gear, that makes the least sense.
Yeah, pretty much. But still, it was fucking badass.
Yeah, it was great. So you immobilize the Metal Gear Ray, but at the same time, you basically beat Rex to shit, so it's unusable, so you have to hop out. So it looks like it's about to come down to Solid Snake and Ocelot, aka Liquid. You're about to settle this, finally. Man to man. And he runs the fuck away.
Like a scurred little bitch.
And then all of a sudden, this giant fucking thing comes out of the water, and you're like, what the fuck is that? It's basically a giant underwater city, for the most part. And this is the new Outer Haven.
Outer Haven is real, folks. In video games, anyway.
So Outer Haven shows up out of nowhere, and I really can't put into words how massive this thing is. I mean, it is like a city. Like a city-sized submergible vehicle.
Yeah.
So it pops up, and he's actually like, alright, Snake, this is the end. Nice knowing you. And he turns it towards the dock. And Snake, at this point, he's like, I can't fucking move. Like, I'm fucking exhausted. I can't do it. I can't move. So he doesn't even try to run away. So Raiden, at this point, who's trapped under wreckage, takes his sword, cuts his own fucking arm off to get out from under the wreckage, runs to Solid Snake, puts his back up against Arsenal Gear, and through his force alone. So just to give you an idea how powerful Raiden is, with one arm and badly damaged, is stopping Metal Gear Arsenal, or Outer Haven.
Outer Haven.
Yeah. Stopping Outer Haven from crushing Snake. So he's stopping this giant city-sized vehicle by himself. And I remember he starts to give up a little bit of ground, and he actually stabs his sword through his foot to hold himself in place.
Keep him there. Dude, that is such an epic part of the game.
Yeah.
And it just keeps going up from there.
So, as Snake, you're able to get out of the way, but Raiden is seemingly crushed and gone. So, spoiler alert, he's not dead.
Yeah, I figured we all collected that when he got his spin-off game.
Yeah. So you think Raiden's crushed, but he's not. He's still there. He's on life support, basically, though.
You crafty little bitch.
Yeah. And you go on to the final act of the game, which is Outer Haven.
Outer fucking Haven, which was Metal Gear 2, right? Zanzibar Land was 1, Outer Haven was 2.
No, it was Outer Haven was 1, Zanzibar was 2.
Damn, I'm an idiot. Cut to back in earlier when we said that it was Zanzibar Land. Well, I did. Well, let's act like that never happened. I'm an intelligent individual. Thank you. Continue.
So, Metal Gear Solid 4, you're in Outer Haven.
Yeah.
You fight, we didn't talk about Crying Wolf.
Oh, shit, we didn't. God.
Yeah. So, you have a sniper battle in this one, just like you did with Sniper Wolf. This time it's Crying Wolf. Very awesomely designed boss, I'll say. So she actually fits inside this mechanical exoskeleton.
And runs around like a crazy biatch.
Yeah, and she will snipe you from afar.
Yep. The way she does it is she pops out of the little design of her fucking little exosuit, and she just pops a couple shots.
Yep.
Guess when you gotta catch her?
That.
When she's already lining her shots
Yep.
up.
That brief time, and if she's looking at you, then you're probably already going to get shot.
Yeah, you're probably already shot. It's a good chance.
Yeah. So that was a good fight. I like that one.
It was a great fight. Another long backstory from Drebin.
Yeah. So Outer Haven, you're going through. You get to a control room, and you fight Screaming Mantis.
Screaming Mantis. Who has two little dolls. I don't remember what the second one was, but one of them is a little Psycho Mantis doll.
The other one's the Sorrow.
You're right. It's the Sorrow and Psycho Mantis.
Yeah. So two psychic characters from the series.
Yeah. And yeah, she'll fuck with you.
Yeah. So I believe I know you have to shoot the dolls away from her, and then you pick them up, and then you use the dolls against her.
Yep.
And it like fries her mind.
Yep. You mind fucker.
Yeah, pretty much. And then
see right here, I'm fucking your mind. Good movie.
Psycho Mantis shows up, and he's like, my consciousness has been imprinted onto Screaming Mantis.
Yeah.
So he just shows up out of nowhere. He does the same tricks that he did in Metal Gear Solid 1. He's like, I'll move your controller,
It's funny.
I'll read your memory card. And then he's like, no, wait, I can't, and then that's the fucking end.
We also forgot about the fourth wall breaking moment. It's just a small one. Where, like, somewhere, I think after the first act or two, Otacon's like, hey, Snake, just letting you know it's time to switch to disc 2.
Oh, yeah.
What? Oh, wait, we're on a Blu-ray. We don't need to switch discs.
Yeah, that was good.
I was like, what the fuck?
That was a good one.
Yeah, leave it to Hideo. He doesn't mind just having characters talk about the real life of you.
Yeah.
It's like, he's got a Blu-ray player. It's like, dude, play the game. Otacon, shut up. We didn't even mention... Did we mention that Otacon's riding around in this little robot the whole game?
No.
Do we even remember the name of the robot? Was it the Mark II?
Mark II, yeah.
Yeah, Otacon's basically with you in this mission, not just with your fucking codec, but he's, like, helping you with a little robot. Occasionally he'll, like, stun people, he'll hit them with the fucking taser.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was pretty cool. Does it matter? Fuck no.
No, not at all. So, you beat Screaming Mantis, Meryl shows up, she's like, alright, I'll keep him off you as long as I can. So you go into this corridor, and they told you before you went into this...
Oh, is that the microwave corridor?
The microwave corridor.
Ugh,
so,
it's brutal.
There's this corridor where microwave radiation is being emitted, and they're like, look, anybody that goes in there is going to die. So Snake's like, look, I'm fucking dying anyway. I'll be the one to go in there and do it.
Which, by the way, as this starts, you start watching, like, it's another part where they start doing the, like, cut screens.
They do, like, the split screen, yeah.
Because as you're watching Snake, like, try to pull himself through this hallway, you're watching, even Raiden comes back.
Raiden comes back, he's got no arms.
He's got no arms at this point. He's got a sword in his fucking mouth. Lightning's going off fucking everywhere. He's Raiden. He's got a goddamn... he's got a thunder, so why does he get lightning?
I don't know, but he's still being a badass.
Whatever, he is badass. You see Meryl and Johnny, who apparently she's in love with now.
Yeah.
Going through their little fucking Mr. and Mrs. Smith scene.
Yeah.
Who else was fighting at that time? There was a couple of them.
Mei Ling.
Ah, Mei Ling.
Was it Mei Ling?
I don't think so.
I know there was a female, like, naval commander that was on the ship.
Oh, it was Mei Ling.
It was Mei
because
Ling?
she had gone up in rank and blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
Yeah, okay, so yeah, Mei Ling. So yeah, you just see cutscenes of, like, everybody fighting while
It's really cool.
You start walking normal through this thing, and then you're, like, crawling on your knees, and then you're, like, face down, like, just inching along as fast as you can.
And since we haven't mentioned it now, we might as well. The solid eye on your face. It's sitting there. It took microwaves for a long fucking time before
it
it finally was just like, pop.
Yeah, so you're actually wearing an eye patch, much like the Big Boss, but this one actually helps you see shit.
Yeah, it's basically like, it does all kinds of shit.
It's like detective mode in Batman.
You can turn on your night vision, you can turn on your heat vision. Everything is run through the solid eye.
Yeah.
So, it's a pretty big part of the game that we didn't even mention till the end when it blew up.
Blows up right in your face.
On your face! The scarred side of your face.
So you get through, you reach the core of Outer Haven, which is one of the AIs.
Yes.
Which
By the way, your Octo camo is fucking
it's,
leveled.
Yeah.
strands of it just hanging off. And
Yeah.
yep, damn, microwave room.
So you
Put
make
my
it to
fucking
the
hot
end.
dog in there, motherfucker.
You make it to the end. You upload your virus, and a message from Naomi comes on, which is basically just her telling you that it's basically her apologizing for the way everything went down.
She ruined his fucking life.
Yeah, pretty much. And she apologizes to Otacon, and all this shit basically.
Yeah, because there was a part where they rescued her, and she ended up sleeping with Otacon in a plane.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "All right, guys, see ya."
And she dipped out.
She went back to them on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much. Like, we haven't even talked about Sunny.
No.
Because if you remember Metal Gear Solid 2 retrospective, the Patriots were holding her daughter.
Olga's.
Olga's daughter. You rescue her daughter.
Yeah, not in this game, but it's done before the game starts.
Yeah, it's done before the game, and she's on your plane. Turns out she's like a fucking
Genius.
prodigy.
Fucking genius.
Fucking. I'm not going to do it. He already did it. But yeah, she's like a super hacker.
She's the one that actually made the virus for the AI.
So it's so crazy that she's just that fucking smart, but she is totally fucking antisocial.
And the worst cook ever.
And she can't even cook a fucking egg, you dumb bitch. Sorry, she's actually really cool. I like her a lot. But
So you upload your virus, it destroys the AI,
yes,
and fast forward. You and Ocelot are up on top of Arsenal Gear.
Yes,
I keep wanting to say Arsenal Gear.
yes, I know what it is. Outer Haven.
Outer Haven. Up on top of Outer Haven.
Trying to replicate the same fight that's been replicated pretty much every game.
Right.
There's always got to be the fucking Duke.
So he does his diatribe, and at this point, it's pretty much Liquid Snake giving you this speech about...
He is no longer Ocelot.
No, he's like, brother, we need to settle this. It's got to come down to this. It's got to end this way. And...
Not a great fight,
well,
but a really cool fight.
both of them are they're both old as shit at this point. Like, Ocelot and Snake are both old as fuck at this
They're
point.
some old motherfuckers.
They're basically keeping themselves alive with nanomachines.
Yeah, they keep injecting each other with these nanomachines throughout the fight.
Yeah, so, well, Liquid's beating his ass, and then Liquid keeps injecting himself with these nanomachines and just keeps continuing, and Snake's like, alright, and he's able to get one of these injection devices from him, and then Snake starts injecting himself, and then they're like CQCing back and forth to get control of it and injecting themselves, and then they're beating the shit out of each other, and what I think is one of the coolest scenes in the game, they drop down to their knees, and you see two injection things drop out, and they each grab one, and for a second they're going to inject themselves, but then they inject the other one.
Yeah, they inject each other.
And they're like, let's fucking finish this, goddammit.
But the cool thing, like I said, it's a pretty basic boss fight. It's nothing special.
I really enjoy it a lot.
But,
because,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a
well,
really cool boss fight is because throughout the fight, he goes through, like, the persona of each character he was in each game.
Yeah.
Like, it starts off, he seems more like Revolver Ocelot for Metal Gear. Was it Revolver Ocelot, or was he doing Liquid then?
No, it's Revolver.
Yeah, he's doing Ocelot bit from Metal Gear 1, and it's
Yeah.
playing Metal Gear Solid 1 music.
It's playing the theme and also the life bars.
Yeah, it switches the life bars through each game to what game he's basically taking the persona of through these fights.
Yeah.
And each one, he acts a little bit more like the character he was in that game as you're progressing. And it's
Yeah.
really cool.
And Metal Gear Solid 2, again, they have that theme, they have that life bar. And then Metal Gear Solid 3,
Snake Eater!
they play Snake Eater. It's
By
great.
the way, the fucking tree frog line is the worst fucking thing ever. It's so poison.
Isn't it?
Every time I hear it, I'm just like, why would you make that a line in this song? She
It's
did so good.
I know, this whole song is pretty good except for that.
Sometimes you need a tree frog.
But, Ocelot's fighting style actually changes as well. So,
With each game, yes. As he progresses through each timeline, he completely switches the way he's fighting you.
yeah, so when you go to Metal Gear Solid 3, he's much more like judo based.
Mhm.
Like he wants to throw you down and beat the shit out of you more. So I thought they did a really good job with it. And then of course you get to Metal Gear Solid 4, where it plays like I don't know the name of the theme, but it's very like slow compared to the other themes. But at this point, you've pretty much taken control of the fight, and you're just beating the
Yeah.
living fuck out of them.
You're both exhausted by the end.
Yeah.
Even though you're winning, you don't look like you're ready to keep going either.
No, it looks like you're putting absolutely everything you have into the last punch, like every single time.
Every single one's a new ham sandwich.
So it finally ends, and Ocelot Liquid's dying, and for a second he like reverts back to his Ocelot persona because he looks at Snake and he's like, "You're pretty good," and he does the little, hand gesture that Revolver Ocelot does in Metal Gear Solid 3, and you have the little flashback thing. So press X a bunch of times, you'll see flashbacks of that.
You see his fingers pointing at you.
Yeah. And then it goes on to a little bit. Meryl is getting married to Johnny.
It's happy ending time.
It is happy ending time. Her and the Colonel have reconciled. Rose goes to see Jack. We didn't talk about Rose. Rose is in this one.
Somewhat. Isn't she married to somebody?
She is married to Colonel Campbell.
Oh, yeah, that's where the fucking weird part happened.
So Meryl hates Colonel Campbell because of that, and she's like, he's
a pedophile and he's a womanizing piece of shit.
Yeah, she's like 40 years younger than he is, and all this other stuff, and
turns out he was doing it for the mission.
Well, yeah, Rose goes to see Jack, and he's like, you married this other guy, you have a kid with him, and she's like, no, I have a kid with you, it's your kid.
Here's a little baby riding.
And she's like...
Fun fact, Kyron's first name was Ryden. My son's name was going to be Ryden.
So she's like, yeah, it's your son, I didn't marry, what's his first name?
Roy.
I didn't marry Roy because I loved him. He did it to protect us from the Patriots.
By the way, I think that's the first time you've ever asked me a question. I had the answer right there. Fucking only took 11 episodes.
Boom!
We did it, folks. Internet, you're welcome.
All right, show over. We're done.
All right, good night. But yeah, and you see, of course, Jack's had all of his... This is the weird part because you got Raiden and Revengeance, but
yeah.
Pretty much all of his implants have been taken off. He's had his limbs replaced. He's just like new.
Yeah, he's got like synthetic limbs.
And it's pretty cool how you can see like the outline of all the fucking armor from when he was the Cyber Ninja on his body because it's pretty much permanent.
Yeah.
So that was really cool.
Yeah, so she explains to him that, Roy did it to protect us from the Patriots.
Yeah.
So if we were associated with you, the Patriots would have come after us.
Oh, God. We forgot to mention, when you're in a conversation with Rose, do you know if you wiggle your 6-axis controller, her boobs will shake?
Yes, I did know that.
That's fucking great. Sorry, moving right along.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Boop, boop, boop.
So all appears to be a happy ending.
It's all kosher, and then you see Snake just sitting in a graveyard, with a pistol. Why has he got a pistol?
Yeah. Why does he have a pistol?
Why is he loading the pistol?
Why is he doing that?
Why is he putting it in his mouth?
Snake, what are you doing?
Snake.
Snake?
Snake!
You hear the gun go off, the birds fly away.
And it fades to black.
And you're like, did that really just
Dude,
end
that shit
somewhere?
emotionally wrecked the fuck out of me when I watched it the first time. When I didn't know what was going on. I was like, dude, Snake just fucking kill himself?
So, I remember when they initially announced the PlayStation 3, they showed that part in the trailer.
They didn't show the, pulling of the trigger or anything.
No, they showed the
him
gun
pulling
in
the gun
the
and
mouth.
he's
Yeah.
just putting it in his mouth, and you're like, what the fuck?
So, when that happened, I was like, alright, that can't be the end of the fucking game. There's no way. But the credits start playing.
Yeah, Hideo just loves having fun with your emotions by this point.
Yeah, and then it's going through the credits of all the voice actors, and then it gets to one, and it's like, and playing the big boss. So and so, and you're like, the big boss wasn't in this game, what the fuck? And then
Big Boss was just a corpse wrapped in plastic.
And then the new cutscene starts.
Which, by the way, when you think you just beat a game and you end up having fucking 40 minutes worth of cutscene left, Jesus.
So,
Yeah.
it goes back to the graveyard, and you see Snake on the ground, panting. So, yes, he did fire the gun, but he didn't shoot himself. So he didn't do it at the last second. He decided not to do it. And then all of a sudden, Big Boss comes into frame.
Yes, he does. And they're holding guns at each other. Of course, Big Boss is holding the boss's gun.
Yeah, the Patriot.
The Patriot. And Snake's just holding that gun he was just sucking on like a wiener.
Yeah, so they both have guns pointed at each other. And Big Boss drops his gun, and Snake's like, oh no, I'm not dropping my gun. And then CQC battle.
CQC into the sweetest hug of all time.
Snake literally collapses into Big Boss's arms.
Yeah, they hugged it out.
And he's like, just let it go, son.
Stop.
Just let it go, son.
We've already fought each other like twice, dude.
So you're like, alright, I thought Big Boss was fucking dead. I mean, he saw his corpse burning alive, and he's like, oh no, that wasn't me. That was the corpse of Solidus Snake.
Yes.
He was actually the perfect clone. So you actually, in Metal Gear Solid 1, you thought you were the perfect clone, but turns out it was Solidus.
Yeah, imagine that. And he's the one that lost Dick.
He lost Dick.
He lost his dick, maybe. They had to put Big Boss together somehow.
Oh, yeah, that's true. So after the original Metal Gear 2,
Yeah.
Zero, who we'll get to in just a second, took Big Boss's body and put him in, basically inject him with nanomachines and put him in a eternal sleep. So they would always have, because they were friends. He was like, I can't bring myself to kill Big Boss. He's the icon of the Patriots. I don't want to kill him, so we'll just keep him in eternal slumber forever. Paramedic from... Alright, let's talk about the fucking Patriots, okay? So, you find out who the Patriots were originally.
Yeah.
So, and it was all the people from Metal Gear Solid 3.
It's
so
pretty much all the key characters from Metal Gear Solid 3.
It was Big Boss, it was your commander, who was Major Zero.
Mm-hmm.
It was your paramedic, who was named Paramedic.
Yeah. It was Eva.
It was your arms guy, it was Eva, it was Ocelot, and it was your arms guy named Sigan.
Mm-hmm.
So 6 of you were the original members of the Patriots, and you used the Philosopher's Legacy to basically fund this. And your whole idea was, we're going to make a world where soldiers aren't just tools for government. And that was their whole thing. So the reason Big Boss split off from the Patriots is because it started getting too far away from what they initially envisioned. Zero said the boss wanted a world where there was peace and, through whatever means necessary, which for him meant taking control of people's willpower. And the Big Boss was like, no, that's not the case. She wanted a world that was, where soldiers weren't used as tools.
Yeah, they basically both had interpretations of what her words were.
Right. So
and they weren't the same.
Big Boss ended up leaving the Patriots, and that's when he started Outer Haven. He was like, I'm making this new thing. It's, separate from that. It's going to be our own free-form, government.
This is our shit.
Yeah. So, Zero started the Les Enfants Terribles project with Paramedic. So, he cloned Big Boss knowing that Big Boss might one day be his enemy, and that's why he made these clones.
Mm-hmm.
So, when he created the perfect soldier, Solid Snake...
Because he knew he'd need somebody to go after Big Boss.
Exactly. So, who better to do it than a clone of Big Boss?
Yep.
So he sent Snake in, did the Outer Haven thing. Zero got the body, kept him in suspended animation pretty much while Mei Ling could continue to do genetic tests and research.
Yeah, that's a lot, isn't it?
It is a lot. Holy shit.
We've been on this segment for almost an hour now, by the way.
Ocelot and Ava ended up leaving over that.
Yeah.
So they were like, how could you desecrate his body like this? He means more to us than that. So they start this whole big plan to take down the Patriots and Zero. So Eva, you already know her part. What you don't know is Ocelot's part. Mm-hmm. So Zero eventually got to the point where he wanted to eliminate human error from the system.
So basically, he turned the Patriots into a system of computers and proxies and networks.
And nanomachines and all that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which apparently became self-aware.
It became, sort of like Skynet. Yeah, it was sort of like self-aware, like, this is what I need to do to survive, and this is what I need to do. Like, it wasn't like I need to kill all humans, but it was like, I need to take away any and all emotions and inhibitions from humans in order to control them and have them live peaceful lives. So, Zero, at this point, is still alive. He's like...
It's not life support.
He's like 107 years old. He's purely being kept alive by machines.
Yeah, he's rolling around in oxygen tanks. He's in a wheelchair. He can't move.
Yeah. So...
he's a sad sight to see.
It really is. It really is. But Snake explains that Ocelot, after he took over Liquid's hand...
No, Well, Snake reveals that, not Snake.
Well, yeah, the big
Well,
boss.
technically, I guess he's Snake too.
Yeah,
They're all snaky.
they are. The big boss explains that Ocelot, after he had Liquid's hand grafted onto his body, began psychotherapy as well as nanomachines from Liquid to trick the Patriots AI system into thinking Liquid was still around, and to basically take focus off of Snake and his mission, for the most part.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It really is. So, Ocelot this whole time...
They also explain how it's like, yeah, even though with the nanomachines and everything, you can't completely control somebody. It's a huge process.
Right.
So he was literally giving himself therapy to create himself into somebody else for this mission.
Yeah, he became Liquid. So, and it was a big question after Metal Gear Solid 2.
How come it was so easy for Cloud to become Zack?
I know, right? So after Metal Gear Solid 2, it was like, how can Liquid be controlling his body through his arm? Like, what? That doesn't make any sense. And you find out that's not exactly what was happening. Like, Liquid or Ocelot wanted to become Liquid.
Yeah.
In order to trick the AI into thinking that Liquid was there and to get, everything off of Snake. So the whole thing is a giant plan to get rid of the Patriots.
And it works.
And it works.
Yeah, it works.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it worked.
No, so the big boss kills Zero. He basically unplugs his life support.
And Patriots, technically the servers, decide ain't nobody got time for this. And the mutated fox die is programmed to attack somebody else.
Yeah, so Big Boss is like, damn it, even after they're dead, they still get me.
Yep. The fox die goes after Big Boss.
Yep. So he has this, as you said, 20-minute heart attack.
He has like a 20-minute heart attack because he's still explaining everything. He wants to go visit the grave of the boss. He has to salute her.
Yeah.
Has to say how proud of a man he's become of his clone because he's done such a great job. And it's like, dude, you've been having a heart attack for like 20 minutes.
You should be dead.
Like, because you see in the other cutscenes where Fox Die hits somebody, it's like, boom, dead.
Yeah.
Him, it's just like, oh, shit. Let me see if I got a good cigar laying around.
So, all the original members of the Patriots are dead. All the AIs are destroyed. Everything's wrapped up in a nice happy bow.
The world is free once again.
The world is free. You get to the end credits.
And
you have
you
another
find out,
phone call.
because we didn't bring up the thing with Naomi where she found out, apparently Snake is slowly becoming a walking epidemic.
Yes.
Turns out that's not true.
Yeah.
The
that was
mutation is
incorrect.
slowly dying off. He's
Yeah.
safe. He can just live.
Yeah.
So, yay!
And they have a phone call at the end again. It's between Otacon and Snake. And he basically says that. He's like, I don't know what to do now. And he's like, just live, man. Just go whatever time you got left. Just
do
go
something.
live.
Go back to Alaska. Raise some huskies.
Yeah, pretty much. So the series really was tied up in a nice little bow. Like,
They explained pretty much everything.
they explained everything. Great ending. Everything was wrapped up. And there's a couple little plot holes there. Of course, any story like this is going to have plot holes. But I think for the most part, we were all happy with the way that it ended.
Yeah, I was very happy about it. I was like, they did a great job. I'm glad it's no longer one of those things, because you have so many things where you go through it and it's like, what about this? What about this? He worked just to be like, got this, we got this, we got, like, I would love to see the board they worked on for this. So,
and Hideo was like, all right, guys.
It's really over now.
It's really over. I'm fucking done. I'm done with Metal Gear. I don't want to do this anymore. Boop, boop. Metal Gear Solid 5's coming out soon. Hey,
soon. We're just going to let it go because we've been on this segment for so long.
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes,
Yeah.
It's basically a glorified demo. Do I recommend it? Yeah, pick it up.
Yeah, I mean, you can
It's
get it for
fun.
like $10 now.
And it'll carry over everything that you've done through that to 5, so...
And Metal Gear Solid Revengeance, it's Devil May Cry with Metal Gear.
It's not as good with the camera,
No.
but it's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I recommend it.
Super
That's another
awesome
one. You can
cutscenes.
pick it up for like $10
Yeah,
now.
it's old now, so...
Yeah.
I'm sure on Steam sale you can find it for like 5. If you got PC gaming motherfuckers. Love you too.
Alright, so we're going to take a break. We're going to come back, talk about some Evo.
Yes, and hopefully I won't piss my pants.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
The hero stands alone when all is said and done. The enemies are falling one by one.
We're back to talk Evo. That wraps up Evo. Let's take a break.
Woo!
Yes.
So we talked about Evo a little bit last week, so we pretty much had all the top 8 set, and then on Sunday they did all the top 8, so we're just going to go through real quick. First thing I have, first and foremost, this is why Smash shouldn't be on Evo.
Because it's fucking terrible.
It is fucking terrible, but I remember we were watching it, and then it was like, Smash is up, see you in 3 hours.
Yeah.
So I got on there towards the end because I knew Marvel was about to start.
Yes.
So I got on there and I saw their medal ceremony for Smash.
Yeah.
Did you see that?
No.
Okay.
What glorious terrible did I miss?
So the top 8 players, of course, all get medals. The top 3 get golden sticks, and then the winner gets the big pot as well as the trophy.
Yeah.
All right. So 2 of the people that placed top 8 didn't go up on stage
Why?
because they were that butthurt that they didn't win.
Wow. Really?
So one of the 2, his name was Mango, ran up at the last second to get his medal, and they put the medal around his neck. And the guy, he went to shake the guy's hand who put the medal around his neck, and he was basically like, "Fuck you, next time get here on time." And Mango took the medal off and threw it into the crowd like a little bitch. And I was just like so pissed off. I was like, you could have had Blaze Blue, King of Fighters, somebody who would actually appreciated the fucking tournament. But no, we have Smash players.
Yeah.
This is them. This is what they do.
Yeah, they're fucking awful.
And then the other guy who never showed up, I think his name was Plump or something like that.
Plump piece of shit.
Yeah, he never even fucking came up there. So, fuck you, Smash. I hate you. I wish you were never at EVO again.
No, hopefully we won't deal with you next year, but we probably will still see Melee come back.
Probably. So, I think, that aside, we had the best top 8s we've ever seen.
Dude, they were so fucking intense.
All of them. I mean, from fucking Guilty Gear was awesome.
MKX was awesome.
MKX was awesome.
USF, yeah. Ultra Street Fighter 4 was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that was really good. Marvel was great.
Marvel.
So, yeah, lots of great top 8s. If you haven't checked them out yet, go check them out.
They're all up on YouTube now, so they take
one
some
of
time
them-
to watch.
One of them made ESPN.
Yeah, because of the thing you should never do in any competition.
Yeah, so once, I heard the little headline, hey, Evo makes ESPN. I was like, hey, awesome, ESPN's taking notice. And then I saw what it was, and it was more of like a, haha, look at these nerds type of thing.
Yeah.
So first, let me go back to CEO for a second, because K-Brad came out, did the Stone Cold Steve Austin entrance. He
made ESPN.
He made ESPN. He Stone Cold stunned somebody in the middle of the ring announcer. It was great. Had a lot of fun. He made ESPN. Steve Austin found out about it and gave him a shout out on his podcast.
That's fucking sweet.
I thought that was awesome. So when I heard ESPN had Evo on there, I was like, great, awesome. But the scene that they showed
was hilarious.
Funny at the same time, heartbreaking. So basically,
he thought it was kill confirmed.
It was best of 3. They each had won a set, and one guy won the first round and one guy won the second round.
Came down to the last match.
Came down to the last round. Well, I guess the guy who won the second round, Woshige, forgot that he didn't win the first round because he jumped up and started celebrating like he just won the match. The third round starts, and the other guy's like beating the fuck out of him like to half-life already. Woshige runs over and hops on the sticks, but at that point there was nothing he could do. He got a stun, and that was it. So
pretty much over.
He lost the match because he got up and celebrated too early. It's dumb, funny, but heartbreaking at the same time.
Yeah, and the guy that beat him ended up going on to win the whole thing.
Yes, he did.
So
it was good times.
That's got to piss you off, knowing that you stood that much of a chance, and he ended up being the Evo champion because you wanted to jump up a little too early.
So, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3, Marvel.
Yes.
So, as we were talking about last week, we weren't sure what Chris G was doing, and a few of the players actually voiced concern over it, like the day after or 2 days after. They were like, the top 8 was really hyped. There were a lot of good matches, but unfortunately, you didn't get to see all of them because a lot of them were played off stream.
I hate that. For some, they should have some way to make it so you can watch all this.
Yeah, so, and this wasn't top 8. This was to get to top 8, but Chris G was in losers bracket. Justin got sent to losers. Chris G eliminates Justin. That's a huge match. That wasn't on stream.
That would have been fucking amazing.
That wasn't on stream. And then Chris G gets eliminated right after that. That wasn't on stream. But basically, we get to the top 8, and all the big names are gone. So Filipino Champ is gone, Justin Wong's gone, Chris G's gone, Yipes is gone, everybody's gone.
And of course, the community blew up about the fact that it was like, they were talking so much shit about how like anybody who was playing Marvel, they didn't even really fucking try. They didn't train, they didn't try. Whereas they were like, the year before for fucking Marvel, people were training year round pretty much. This year, people probably threw it in a couple of days out of the fucking competition to get themselves reacquainted.
Oh, well, I didn't even expect Marvel to be on EVO this year.
It's like a Street Fighter. I think if Street Fighter stopped making games, they'd still keep Street Fighter around for a couple years after it's released.
Probably.
Just because it's a hype game.
It is.
But in the defense of that comment, yeah, that game's old. There's so many other games going on right now.
Yeah.
So to play it 3 years in a row, of course people are going to take shortcuts. They're not going to jump on the chance to sit here and be like, this is my agenda. It's like, it's kind of at the same time though, it's kind of disrespectful because it was, I don't remember who it was, but he was basically shitting on the winner. He's like, nobody even fucking tried.
Well, I think that's bullshit because the guy who won, he did it with a team that nobody fucking plays, and that was great to see. So, I mean, it had 2 of my favorite characters in there, so to see that was awesome.
But, yeah, I have a feeling this will probably be Marvel's last year.
Probably.
I mean, if they kick King of Fighters out this early, why is Marvel still there, I guess?
I mean, more people definitely still play Marvel than play King of Fighters, even though King of Fighters is the newer game. But
King of Fighters, I'd much rather watch King of Fighters, dude.
I don't know. There's something about Marvel that just gets me hyped. I don't know what it is.
It's very flashy. It's very pretty. Comebacks are always huge.
Yeah.
It's a very dramatic game to watch.
And we got Yipes on commentary. I was super happy about that.
Yes, you were pissed off that Yipes wasn't towards the end of the semifinals.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And then, bam, top 8. There he is.
So it's always
and all
funny.
of his jokes were just dropping flat on what was it? Was it Ultra David on the other side or?
In the top 8?
Yeah.
No, in the top 8 it was Persia, who's actually his girlfriend in real life.
She was commentating on the top 8. I thought it was 2 guys.
No, it was him and his girl.
Well, fuck me,
8.
right?
But no, I really like Yipes on commentary. He always enters the tournament, but he gets eliminated early and ends up commentating. And I think there's a part of him that's like, I should probably just lose this so I can go commentate.
He just wants to be there commentating.
Yeah.
Hey, man, making himself a household name before esports takes over ESPN and they stop making us look like nerds.
Yeah, pretty much. Anytime Yipes is commentating Marvel, I'm all for it. So.
Yeah.
We had probably the best set ever of Ultra Street Fighter 4. Gamer B and Infiltration.
I was about to say, that Gamer B Infiltration match was just fucking... if I had known the outcome, I would not have guessed it was going to go the way it did.
I wouldn't think so either, but it was a fantastic match. And just watching it, and one of the commentators made the statement later on. He was like, probably the most mentally draining game of Street Fighter I've ever watched. I absolutely agree with that because I felt exhausted after watching that.
Dude, pretty much this entire year for Street Fighter was probably its best year.
I think so, and that's why it's so weird that like Street Fighter V is coming out, but yet we're seeing the best games we've ever seen with Street Fighter 4.
And that's what's so crazy when you think back to what I was just saying about Marvel, is people still play Street Fighter, but then again, it gets updates and revisions and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So I guess it makes sense, but still.
But yeah, that set that they had was just
that level
phenomenal.
of competition just gets crazy.
Yeah.
And
when he made the counter pick to Jury, oh my god.
I smiled.
That was awesome.
Yeah, it was fun. Everything about the Street Fighter matches was good. Like, I can't think of a single time where I was like, oh god, here we go.
Did have a little bit of controversy in the last match.
See, I kind of fell asleep during the end.
Yeah.
I don't remember the controversy.
So it came down to 2 players.
I know what it
I don't
was
wanna
now.
say,
I know what it is now.
Okay, yeah. I don't want to say who made it to the finals. If you want to go watch it, I don't want to spoil it. But
It had to deal with a broken stick, pretty much.
controller malfunction, and it came all the way down. The games were tied. It came down to this was the last match.
And he was forced to give up a match.
He was forced to give up a match because his controller malfunctioned. So, would he have still won either way? Maybe, maybe not. But just the fact that it happened and that big of a stage.
I don't think
match,
he should have been forced to give up a match.
Well, he was forced to give up the round.
Well, that's what I mean, right?
Yeah. Well,
Nobody can predict that.
They can't predict that, but the rules, as far as I understand the rules, it actually should have been the game, not the round. So the person who ended up losing should have been declared the winner right there. Like,
that makes sense, because when I was rewatching it, they were like, this is sportsmanship. I was like, if it's sportsmanship, why isn't he just running it back? Why is he taking a round?
yeah, I don't know if they went to the guy and was like, look, you can be awarded the match right now, you'll be Evo champion, or you can take the round, and he was like, I'll take the round, and we'll settle it, fairly.
I would have said just start the whole fucking thing over.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I would just say, hey, just cancel out this match and just start a new one.
Yeah.
So the score's still tied. We go into the last.
So when he said sportsmanship in my book, I was kind of blown. I was like, no, if he really understood and was like, this is sportsmanship, he'd be like, let's run the whole fucking thing back once he gets some sticks on him. Let's fucking do it. This is fucking the championship. This is the end of the championship.
Yeah. So, I mean, either way, it was...
So I was a little butthurt when that happened.
Either way, I thought it was a great match. Just a little bit of a shadow casted on the winner because of that, but that shouldn't take away from what they had during it.
Hey, man, I'm pretty sure the guy that won doesn't really give two shits. He got a lot of money. He got a sweet-ass trophy. He got a golden fucking fight stick.
He did, but did you see his face after he won?
Yes.
He was not happy with winning that one.
And then he should have fucking said, can I... Maybe he did try and say that. We just don't know it. Because
he could have, yeah.
Maybe that's why. Maybe that's why he was so butthurt about it.
I mean, normally when somebody wins Evo, they're jumping up and down. Like Justin Wong last year was rolling around.
He was rolling around. Oh, God.
And
that's so great.
The guy who won Ultra Street Fighter 4 stood up, and he looked disappointed that he won that way.
Yeah, well, like I said, maybe he did try and be like, can we just run the whole fucking thing back? It's like, no, these are your choices, a round or the game.
Yeah, gotcha.
Fuck, man, I guess I'll take the round.
All right, well, that's it. If you didn't check out Evo, go check it out. All the matches are up on YouTube right now. Just search for Evo 2015 Top 8, and whatever game you're looking for, it'll come right up.
Unless it's King of Fighters.
Unless it's King... No, they had a side tournament. I watched it yesterday.
Did they?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to be watching that.
I watched it yesterday.
Fuck yeah, was it good?
It was okay. I will say that it has kind of, like, the God tier has been established. You can tell that because that's the only characters everybody picks.
Oh, that sucks. I hate when that comes along.
Yeah. So that was my one downside to it. The matches were good, but everybody pretty much uses the same characters.
Well, even the last time they were there, pretty much everyone was using, like, fucking Kim and...
Kim's still in there from time to time. The big ones now are Iori, Mr. Karate, and...
Mr. Karate was a big one the last time they were up on Evo.
Yeah, and the third one's kind of like take your pick kind of deal.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
Iori and Mr.
Iori
Karate
is one of the top tier now.
Yeah.
That's kind of weird because I don't remember him having that big of a presence in the last tournament.
Yeah.
So,
All right. So we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to do Nerdgasms. And we are going to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, because we're reaching 2 hours in. Like I said, we'll just say this now before we get to the end. We're probably taking a break on retrospectives.
As we did with Mortal Kombat, because after Mortal Kombat, we were both like, all right, we need a break.
But at least with Mortal Kombat, we could run through a couple games. This Metal Gear one has been
Oh,
draining.
no, it's fucking impossible.
And like when we thought we were just going to run through 4, and every time, I feel kind of like a dick because I was like, wait, we forgot this, we forgot this, we forgot this.
I don't know if you noticed, but like the last couple weeks when I do the notes, I don't put the estimated time we're going to spend on them anymore.
It's because we never know.
Yeah.
And, like, even tonight, I didn't expect Metal Gear to take an hour.
No, I thought it was going to be 30 minutes, and I was actually trying to go through as quickly as I could, but we just kept remembering shit.
That's
that
why
was
when
important.
it comes to, like, when we were talking about 5 and Revengeance, it's just like, here they are, take them, we're not doing it.
Yeah, no.
Because I consider Ground Zeroes, honestly, to be a part of Phantom Pain. It's not out yet. So
yeah, I agree.
we can't dissect the story we've only gotten, like, fucking an hour of. So Whatever. We're taking a break. We'll be back. Hey, David. Talking to myself. Insert a transition
Mom
here.
spaghetti. Did you capture it? Or just let it slip? Yo. His palm spaghetti, knees weak, arms spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater spaghetti. Mom spaghetti, he's nervous, but on the surface he looks calm spaghetti. To drop bombs, but he keeps on spaghetti. What he wrote down, the whole crowd goes spaghetti. He opens his mouth, but spaghetti won't come out. He's choking how? Everybody's choking now. Spaghetti's run out, time's up, over, loud. Snap back to spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. Oh, there goes spaghetti. Loud. He's so mad, but he won't give up spaghetti. No, he won't have it, he knows. He keeps on forgetting that mom's spaghetti's dope. He knows that, but he's broke. He's so stacked that he knows when he goes back to his mom's spaghetti. That's when it's back to the lab again, yo. This old spaghetti better go capture spaghetti and hope it don't be ready. Lose itself. Mom's spaghetti, it's ready.
Oh my god, I'm so having a nerdgasm.
Oh, God, I got some gasm in me.
What you gasming about?
I'm gasming about some, By the way, welcome to Nerdgasm. We're back. We're here to release what the internet has made us love. And for me this week so far, a friend of mine posted this on his Facebook, and I fell in love with it instantly. I cannot stop watching it. Somebody found the instrumental for Lose Yourself by Eminem, as well as the individual music track, and cut it up and had it focus on Mom's spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
So, yeah. So basically, mine is the Eminem remix of Lose Yourself called Mom's Spaghetti. So if you want to find it, just YouTube, just Eminem, Mom's Spaghetti. It's friggin' hilarious. Like, I don't know why I'm such a child over this.
It's pretty good.
I cannot. I've listened to it probably about 30 times, and I've known about it for about 24 hours. So,
It's pretty good.
yes, that's one of my gasms. I'll let you get to your gasm. One of
All
yours.
right. So, official wife of the podcast, Amy, has an honorary nerdgasm this week,
Oh.
and I'm looking back to see if she's looking at me in approval.
She doesn't give a shit. You make it think. You think she gives a shit about this?
No, well, she came home a couple nights ago, and I was
God,
actually...
that stinky fuck. David's coming over again.
That motherfucker. It's going to be cum stains all over the bathroom again.
It's gonna smell like farts everywhere.
So she came home the other night, and I was watching some old episodes of JonTron.
Ooh, I love some JonTron.
Specifically, I was watching the Goosebumps episodes. So
It's a good one. It's a
yeah,
good one.
she sat down in the bed and started watching it. And
I
she
think
was
the
laughing.
Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes are a little better.
I think so too. I didn't show her those yet, though.
Oh, she's gonna love that one.
Yeah, I think the Are You Afraid of the Dark's a little bit better as well. But she really enjoyed them. She was like, I found my nerdgasm for the week.
Dude, they're great. Was that the one? I don't remember if it was that one or Are You Afraid of the Dark, where he was like making fun of the way they acted when they scream, and he's like,
It was Goosebumps.
It was Goosebumps?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was awesome.
So there's that. Honest Game Trailers did a Batman Arkham Knight Honest trailer, which I sent to you,
Yes.
which they basically hit on every
point
single point that we
is-
made verbatim, even saying that the tanks went to more of a chore to play than a joy. So you're welcome for that.
Yeah, we made that episode, really.
We did that.
Check their credits. We're in it.
Not really, but that would be cool though.
We should be.
Yeah.
We should be in every credit.
No, I just like to say
Fucking Star Wars, Episode 7, Josh and David.
totally.
That's what it should be called.
Yeah.
Not The Force Awakens,
No.
just Josh and David.
Josh and David Awaken. Josh
Hey.
and David Truck Nuts.
Keep calm and truck nuts.
So no, great minds think alike. So they basically hit on every single point that we made. So go check it out.
Yeah, we gave you the preview version of that video.
Yeah. Watch Mojo did the top 10 Metal Gear Solid moments, which you alluded to earlier. So you're welcome for that as well. Once we started our retrospective,
They were like, we got to get on this Metal Gear thing.
yeah,
It's a big thing again.
Watch Mojo was like, holy shit, we got to do this. Josh and David are doing it. So you're welcome.
So they're going to call that Watch Josh and David from now on.
And my last one is go watch Gamer V versus Infiltration.
You got to.
Got to do it. If you're
Even if you don't want to watch the whole thing, because I can understand it's almost 3 hours.
yeah, the
but-
top 8 is almost 3 hours, but yeah.
I think the whole thing was worth it. It's really fun to watch because these players are playing at such a high level. But yeah, that series alone right there, watch that one.
Yeah.
Do I have any other gasms? I have Guilty Gear Exard. Me and Josh have been having some sweet matches on that.
We
lately.
have been.
He's been pissing me off.
Because every night I practice a little bit, and then I bring out my new tech.
We technically were about even last time. I'd say you were on the winning side. Once I realized I'm watching the wrong bars.
I'm watching him whiff supers left and right, and I'm like, dude, do you need a button check? 'Cause
Yeah, I was pissed when you said that, too. I was like, fuck you, dude.
I was being serious, though. I was like, something's not right.
The best part is when I actually figured it out is because I'm sitting there and I would look at my life bar and I'm like, okay, and I would look to your super bar and I'm like, why am I switching sides of the screen to check super? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Have I been doing this the whole time?
Yep.
Yeah, I was literally giving up on fights, just being like, I don't care. Can I just fucking make this move work? Nope, I'm just standing there doing hard slash, hard slash, hard slash, and it's like, I don't even fucking care, dude. I'm about to turn this bitch off.
Yeah. I've been having a lot of fun with it, so it's been cool.
It's a great game. It's probably one of the better anime 2D fighters out.
I just wish they had a few more characters.
I was a little disappointed they dumbed down the roster.
Yeah, there's no Bridget, there's no...
There is a good reason why. They completely changed the engine.
Yeah, I know.
And that's a lot of work, especially the way they work that engine to begin with. So yeah, pick up Guilty Gear Exard. If you're a nerd like me and want to find a hard copy, it's probably about to get really tough.
Yeah.
These anime-type games do not stick around on shelves for very long, and they become rare.
Yeah, and they don't make a whole lot of them.
Yep, and which is why in a little while, because, like, dude, have you checked prices on, like, what people sell Guilty Gear, like, X2 Midnight Carnival or Circus?
No, but do tell me, because I have a copy sitting over there.
You're not selling it. No, they usually go for, like, 70, 80 bucks.
Nice.
It's crazy how, like, it happens to a lot of those, what are those RPG games called? Persona.
Oh, yeah, the Persona games. Yeah.
Like, that series, they're usually worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
It's crazy because...
They're just not around for very long.
It's because in North America, our audience doesn't really buy into it that much, but then you get the niche players who are like, I missed this, I need to get this, and it's like, good luck.
The niche players, but also just word of mouth eventually takes on, and the game blows up. So, yeah.
And Guilty, like I said, we didn't really play it too much before, but lately, like, we play it at least once a week now.
Yeah.
And it's usually a pretty even exchange, for the most part, until I look at the wrong menu. Because, in my defense, I am never second player. I always start the room and make myself first player.
I thought you actually started the room.
I did, but I was like, you know what? I always take first player. Let me put myself on second player, and that's what threw me off, is because I'm not used to looking to the right.
All right. Well.
And I don't play it online except against you. So,
well,
I'm usually first player.
Either way, it's a lot of fun. Go check it out.
Yeah, if you got a PS3 or a PS4, it's cross-platform. It's a lot of fun. And it seems like it has some pretty decent netcode.
So, my songs that I used last week for my transitions for our official Super Trooper of the podcast. So, I used Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Character Select for the first song. The second song, I was
almost disappointed you didn't do Gonna Take for a Ride.
Oh, no, dude. That is like burned into my brain. It will never leave my brain.
I can't lie. Occasionally I do find myself going, Gonna Take for a Ride. God damn it.
You know what? I did, when I was on YouTube looking for videos, I actually did think about it for a second, and I was like, no.
We should search a YouTube metal remix of that. Alright, continue.
One that I knew you would appreciate, Noontide.
Fuck yeah.
From Guilty Gear X2.
I was like, is this Guilty Gear? It's Guilty Gear.
I tried to find, evidently it's the hardest fucking sound effect in the world to find, but the dual one, Let's Rock. Heaven or Hell, dual one, Let's Rock.
How is that hard to find?
Dude.
This is why we need a capture card.
I went to so many forums and people are like, I can't find it. Where can I find it?
Dude, if we had a capture card, dude, it'd be on. We could have just made it. Fuck it, we'd have done it live.
Well, there's a sound effect test in Guilty Gear X2. So I'm like, how has nobody done this yet?
Because people want it. So they went on Square Enix and they're like, you want that? Too bad, bitch.
Alright, so I used that. I used Snake Eater, of course.
Snake Eater!
And then for the last one, I used Ultra Street Fighter 4 character select screen.
Because sometimes you eat a tree frog.
And then for the end credits, now you're a man.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love those. I don't know why. At first I was like, why are we playing full songs? And then I realized, oh shit, we're barely on the radar. We can get away with this right now. I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Well, here's the thing: is that they're all DVD-A songs, and I honestly don't think Trey or Matt would give a fuck.
No, they wouldn't. And eventually we're going to run out.
Yeah, true.
Unless one day I just decide to use that crack song they made. You remember that? You burned me like a CD one time of all the shit they did, and there was this weird song about crack.
Oh, you know what? I was thinking for the Street Fighter V beta, how we were like, they should really let us into the training thing while we're waiting for a fight, so like everybody can get into the training thing. And I was like, that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. That's all he's asking for. It ain't a lot to ask. I'm sure we'll get it. I was like, fuck. There's a whole nother movie of DVD-A songs we haven't gotten to yet.
What, Cannibal the Musical?
Yeah.
It's a spadoinkle day. All right.
All right. So, next week. What are we going to do next week?
I'm probably going to do my hand.
Okay.
That sounds fun.
Sure. I'll take your word for it.
I might do it in your bathroom before I leave.
Yeah. Amy will clean it up. It's fine.
Oh, that would be terrible. I would feel so bad. It's like, hey, I busted a nut in the bathroom.
Go take care of it, woman.
I wouldn't even say anything else. Just like, all right, see ya.
That's fucking horrible. So, no, next week we're going to do a fun little story.
Next week is fun week.
Yeah.
We don't... Jesus Christ. We have no retrospective to eat an hour of the show.
Thank God.
So, like we said, we're taking a nice break.
Yeah, I enjoy the retrospectives, but it gets to a point where
by the
like,
end, we're looking at these episodes and we're like, oh my God, they don't end. So, with that, we're going to get to these nerd battles we were talking about.
Yeah, so I have 4 nerd battles right now. So, what that means for you guys
I'm going to try and fill in another 2, maybe get 6 out of it.
Yeah. So what that means for you guys is you still have a chance to write in, let us know what battles you want us to discuss. So you can hit us up on Facebook, Gmail, Twitter, @SuchANerdPod.
For all of it.
For all of it. Just hit us up, let us know what battles you want to hear us talk about, and it should be good times.
And on top of that, we are also going to do fantasy fiction again.
Oh, yeah.
I'm taking the terrible approach that they gave me permission the first time and just going to say they're letting me do it again.
So... I'll tell you one of the prompts that I gave him, because last time I gave you 6 demon bag.
Yeah, you're an item guy, apparently, it seems.
Why not? I thought you did a great job with the 6 demon bag, so I was like, alright, what can I do this time? It'll be a little bit more difficult, but if you can get it to work, it should be pretty fun.
I think I can get anything to work.
So I came up with the 3 Ds, the triple Ds.
We're working with triple Ds here, people.
Devastating dreidel of devastation.
And I have also picked one. And I picked harpies.
Oh, it should be good times.
This just sounds like a sexual innuendo. I love it. And a side note, as a request from Josh. Josh?
Yeah, one character has to communicate by only tapping his feet.
So I can already guarantee that guy's name is Tappy Tom. So look forward to meeting Tappy Tom. And I'm sorry that Hammer Mace Fichtenstein is dead. So...
Hey,
I could do a prequel.
It's like comic books. You can always bring people back to life.
Oh, yeah, everybody lives once you get to the next issue.
Yeah. All right, so we'll see you guys next week.
I'm about to get the fuck out of here and get to editing this episode so we actually have it up on time for you Sunday morning. Waiting there alongside your day.
All right, well, go milk your solid snake and get out of here.
Oh, yeah, I got to do that before we go. There's going to be a mess later, Amy. Bye.
I need this, I need love, I need you. I don't need one heartbeat, I need 2. There's an emptiness I need to fill, and only one